Time heals all wounds, but guess what? Some wounds leave scars that take forever to heal. That's how the whole phase is. It takes forever for that shit to heal. That ain't happening. It just ain't.
Especially when a light skinned person do it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I wouldn't say all that, but okay.
Nigga, you light skin. What are you talking about? The fuck?
Why you got to put a skin tone on it, dog? Come on, man. We ain't doing it up in here.
We got a gender war, a colorist war. We got to do all the war.
No, we don't do colorism over here, bro. Come on,
it's
man.
Just jokes. It's just jokes.
Salute to Irby Fatal for stopping by. And Montrese, thank you for stopping by. Who else is in here?
Montrese, hey.
Warren in the building. We have a new Montrese. May Reed in the building. How are you? Okay, well, let's move on to this next one. The born again version. Fact or myth? Which is it?
Yes,
I don't know.
That's a myth.
It's a myth?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Nope. If that woman wants to be what if a man wants to be a born again virgin? Y'all go with it.
Men never even say that.
Y'all be like,
I don't know about y'all, but I don't know about y'all, but I have never in my life met a fucking man who had a whole phase and he wanted to go to church talking about he wanted to be a born again Christian or a born again virgin.
Them be the biggest
I've
hoes.
never in my life.
Deacon in the past.
Hold on, Red. I've never heard a man say that. If they want to be born again virgins, it's because of other reasons. It ain't because I fucked around, I regret it. Nope, they do it for other reasons. Women do it because they did a whole phase and they regret it. Bottom line, point
that's crazy that men have sex, have one night stands and don't regret it. Y'all don't care about your dick at all. Y'all don't care.
Oh my God!
Y'all will stick your dick in a woman and be like, I'm itching now, but on to the next one. Instead of going to the fucking doctor. You nasty niggas. You niggas are nasty.
Warren said no such thing.
Yo,
you're celibate for years.
Hey, hold on.
It does sound childish. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Somebody turned down her pussy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she was feeling it. What type of conversation you think that she's gonna be having with her girlfriend?
We can't hear what the fuck you saying, and it don't even matter because nobody really checking for it either. But
they can hear it. They can hear it. I mean, what type of conversation she would be having with her girlfriend if she gave her some pussy and the dude turned it down? What type of conversation? Go.
Can y'all hear what he's saying?
What the fuck he said? I have no idea.
It don't really matter any fucking way, to be honest.
Yeah, but I don't know who you talking about. Like, are you
okay? Let me see.
No, y'all can't really hear what I'm saying. Seriously?
Okay. No, I can hear you, but I'm not sure. You saying like, what if a girl did the whole phase? What type of conversation would she be having with her girlfriends?
Yeah, I mean, okay. If she gave it up to you, right, and you were like, "Nah, I'll pass. I want to get to know you better," and shit like that. What do you think the conversation is gonna be with her girlfriend after?
It depends on the woman. Some women be like, "Oh, he's sweet. He's trying to be a gentleman." Other women might be like, "He's scared. I don't know. I might have to drop him." So it depends.
I call cap on that. I think that she would think that nigga is fruity. Something like that.
So hang on. Well, world guys, let me ask you something. Have you ever turned down sex from a woman? Like a woman was basically letting you know that you could get it, but you was like, "Nah, I'm good."
Oh yeah, yeah, 100%, absolutely, many times.
So if a dude turns down sex, he's fruity, he's gay.
Well, that's the conversation that they would be having with their homegirl.
Oh, that's what you're saying. What women would think? Maybe he's gay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Do y'all disagree with that?
Disagree with what you say?
Yeah, what was the original?
No, I'm just saying, like, let's just say she's fine and shit like that, and then you like, she wants to have sex with her. I mean, she wants to have sex with you. You're like, oh no, let's wait. I want to get to know you better and shit like that. I mean, how would that shit go?
If the chick finds she want to fuck the nigga say I want to wait and get to know you.
Yeah, 100.
Well, from a base sense, I mean, there's a lot of. I don't want to do the it depends thing. I'm gonna just answer your question. Most of the time, she'll just think that he a square. You know what I'm saying, or kind of like a good dude. But it kind of depends on what type of chick that is. If it's a fast ass girl, she'll think he
I
might.
mean, but I mean, do you associate good with honorable?
Yeah. But it depends on what they're calling good. It depends on the person, what that person is calling good. So if it's like a chick that's out, if it's a chick that want the fast life, she gonna look at a good dude as a waste of her time. If it's a woman that's marriageable and he say that, she gonna look at him like, oh good, at least I'm lucky. Because if she's in the urge to be like, I want to have sex and he making me wait, she gonna like that. Another chick, play girl, a pass
What
around.
is this fantasy bullshit? This is some fantasy ass shit
It's
here,
not
bro. Y'all
fantasy.
making shit up.
It's not fantasy. Women will. It's not fantasy.
Y'all making
Fellas
shit
on the
up.
channel. Have
Go.
you ever had a woman
Fucking
like
women.
basically tell you like they
Because
want it, they want to get it in with you?
y'all believe women when you say you don't believe.
I have.
When you see women on social media, y'all take that shit for y'all.
No, I'm not just going off
Red.
social media.
Okay,
I'm going
Red.
off real
Red.
life too.
You don't believe women any other fucking time, but also, oh yeah, she meant that.
Stop the cap, Red.
No.
I'm calling cap.
I mean,
triple the cap. Hold on, Leo. I'm calling cap. Triple cap.
C-A-P. Cap. Cap. C-A-P. Cap.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
All right, you know what pack is? What cap is spelled backwards is pop. And I'm about to get thuggish on your ass.
Okay.
Because ain't no motherfucking way. Ain't no motherfucking way.
Tupac?
Yeah,
Okay.
Tupac. That's right. That's right. How do you want
And
it?
Okay, Red. Hold on. Let me say this, Red.
Nigga in the cascade living in it. For real. Okay.
I'm confused as what you saying from what I said.
She basically saying that women don't offer men sex like that. Men are just whores that will sleep with anything.
Yes.
And I'm like,
yes, they are. Yep.
and I'm like, two things can be true at the same time.
yes.
Like, yes, there are men who won't sleep with men, but there's also women who, if they find a man attractive and they're out there, they will sleep with him. Sometimes they'll let him know, or sometimes they'll be subliminal. But yes, there are women that do that.
So men are whores for wanting women?
Men are whores by nature.
Okay, so what is a
No, we're sexual creatures by nature. I mean, we're fucking everything we see. Come on, man.
Yes, you are.
But women have more sex
if
than
you
men.
could.
But it's
You
more
would
women
if
having
you
sex than men.
could.
But it's a higher percentage of women having sex than men.
But y'all would if
Yes,
you
it is.
could, which makes you a bigger hoe.
But we're not talking. We're Red. We're not talking about the woulda, shoulda, coulda. We're talking about what is. Okay.
All right. I want you to remember that because I feel like I'm gonna need that later. I feel like I'm gonna need it later.
If women are valuable, why are men wrong for getting women? I'm a hoe because if I'm a hoe because I want women? I don't understand. Would I be honorable?
Men on these panels that I've talked to, they only objectify women. They only seek women.
Can I ask world class?
Let me finish.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. But they only seek out women for sexual pleasure. But they want to be homosexual and be vulnerable with men, but only have sex with women.
Okay, so what should men prioritize or primarily seek women out?
Having a fucking family. What are we talking about? Creating and strengthening and having a family, not creating children outside of marriage. You all should be creating a solid family.
And don't you know that's the responsibility of the man and the woman.
Wait.
Because you know
The man
you
is
got
the
some women
leader,
out here
and the
that
man. So they
Can I
say
say
that
something?
women
Can I
give
say something?
access to sex, so men give access to marriage.
But
So
30.
if more men
But
aren't
but but
marrying women,
but
therefore they're continuing to fuck up the community. You're
Okay.
not doing right.
Okay, but here's the
no,
problem with
but
that.
just you're
But hold on.
putting
The problem with
you're
that.
putting
The problem with you. The problem with what you're saying is around Earth, especially with the brown skinned women. 33% of the chicks that have children that don't even know who the dad is, or they put it on the wrong nigga. So if our
Why are
priority,
men having sex with these women like that though?
because men are supposed to have sex with women, the women are the ones
Exactly.
that
So
are
y'all
most.
giving your seed to any motherfucker. So where's the value
Okay,
in
well,
your
why are
seed?
women any motherfucker? Why are they just anybody? Why
Because
aren't they
men,
valuable? I
obviously,
don't. It's
men
weird.
want the sex
yeah.
more than women.
Why are
Why
they
are
just
women
anybody?
letting trash men slide up in them raw and give them
Why
babies? So you
are
got to
men
put the blame
sliding
on
and
both
trashing
No,
sides.
women
but
raw?
the pool
When y'all
question is what?
supposed to be the leaders,
The
but as soon as
question is
that dick get
why.
Exactly.
hard, y'all
It
can't think
takes,
straight.
like
As soon as
Perfect
that dick
Square
get
said,
hard,
it
y'all
takes
can't think
two,
about nothing
Red.
But
else.
my question is, why are women just anybody? Why are y'all producing women that are
Why
just
men
anybody?
are the leaders? Men built the earth. Why are they just slinging their dick to any woman?
Oh, okay. I'll tell you why.
Explain to me.
When we tell you to not dress a certain way, not act a certain way, y'all talk about y'all women empowerment. So
What
we
the
got to
fuck
we going
does that got to do with
and
what?
y'all yeah.
Y'all,
When we
why?
tell y'all what to do and what not to do, you tell us what you're gonna do.
Oh,
So
look at that ball from left field.
it's called the truth. I don't know why y'all didn't look at left. It's left and right. It's always been the same sides. So when we tell
It
you what to
really
do,
has,
you
Red.
start talking to us about y'all feelings and y'all rights and y'all powers. So we should tell you shut the fuck up about your rights and your powers and make you do what
First
leaders
of
do
all,
or
if a
what? I'm
woman
trying to
wants to
understand which one.
wear what she wants to wear, she should be
Okay,
able to
cool.
wear
Okay,
it.
then it comes with then they all end
But
up
the
being
man
trash.
should be able to control his sexual desire. Am I
Wearing
right?
cool.
He should
Shoot,
be able
so
to control his lust.
absolutely.
According to the Bible, you should lower your
Understand
gaze,
something, Red.
nigga.
Red,
Lower
hold on
your
a second.
gaze.
The Bible still lower your
let,
standards.
let me ask
Red,
you a
hold on a
question.
second. Let me say this. Yes,
Let me
men
ask,
should control their sexual desires when they're around beautiful women, but does that give women the right to go out there dressing like a bunch of hoes and sluts? No,
A
the
woman
fuck
should,
it doesn't,
no
because it's
matter
not
what a woman
indecent.
wears, you
I
should
don't
still be
understand.
able to control
okay,
yourself.
Sweetheart,
let me,
y'all
hey,
critique men on how the
can I
fuck
ask
we
you a
dress.
question?
A
Oh, I
man
don't
should
like them
still be
No,
able
men.
no,
to
no, no,
control
no.
himself, no matter
Can I?
what
But
he
you
wears.
cannot trust every man to do that. I'm trying to tell you, Red, every man should not be trusted
Red,
like that. You can't just
red,
be like,
red,
go out
red,
there,
red.
So
you go
you're
into a
saying
dark
men
alley by
can't be
yourself and you
Okay,
get
trusted?
hold
What
on.
you
mugged.
just said was
What it
men
is
Hold
that
on,
you?
hold
cannot
on,
be
hold on, hold
trusted.
on, hold on.
That's
Y'all
crazy.
gonna take
Y'all
it off
think
One at
track.
a
it's right
time,
there.
please. One at a
Hey,
time.
one
Go
one
ahead.
at a time. One at a time.
Let's let me have this
One at a
conversation.
time. Okay,
Men
world
can't be
class
Okay,
trusted.
continue. Red, you can respond. World class, go ahead.
Okay, so
me
again,
and that.
my response is you just said that men should control themselves from me saying when we give you the leadership that you avoided the other question for. When we give you the leadership, you do what you want to do. That's the point of it. It's not just about the outfit. So if you do what you want to do and you then become anything, are we supposed to at this point let you just run amok or are we supposed to just control you? Which one? So we can do the leadership stuff. Because every time we
Both.
do leadership, y'all got to do
Both.
two. So we supposed
Both.
to do both. Okay,
Because there
cool.
are some women who
Cool.
want that and there are some women who do not.
So where does do both stop? Where does that stop? Because if you marry a man and he be a broke nigga and an ambitious nigga at the same time, it's a problem. So I'm supposed to be a leader and not be a leader at the same time. Which one we
Oh my
supposed to do? Go ahead.
God.
You
Go
want to
ahead. It's
tell
you.
them how to lead, basically.
It's on you.
Go ahead, Red. Go ahead. Respond.
A woman should be able to wear what she feels without any judgment or be made feel uncomfortable or creeped out by some nigga that can't control his sexual desires. So
But we're also telling
what
you,
you
Red,
said,
not to
what
walk
you said,
around
what
wearing
you
some.
said is men can't be
Okay,
trusted.
Red. Hold
That's what I
on.
What?
said.
No, I didn't say you, Hustler and
Okay.
Bustler. He said men can't be
This is
trusted.
crazy. This
Why
shit crazy.
can't?
I
But
said you
why
can't
can't
just
men be
trust
trusted?
every man.
Right,
You
you
can't
can't
just
trust
trust
every man.
and
So
have no
y'all know that there
discipline.
are men who cannot be trusted, who can't control themselves when it comes to beautiful women, or just women in general.
Can
I'm
I
just,
ask you?
I'm not again. I'm just I don't understand what you're saying at this point because I'm
Because
saying
what you're saying
Okay,
is that
world class.
what a woman
Y'all
wears,
dominating the
it's her
conversation,
fault
man.
if something
okay,
happens to
cool.
her.
Y'all dominating conversation.
Yeah,
But here,
Um,
yeah. Like,
Hold on a
let me
second.
just.
Hold on. Hold on a second. Okay, Tribal One said how a woman dresses has nothing to do with if she gets abused by a man. That has been debated in court. It actually kind of does.
That's not the point. It's not the outfits. The point is giving you any direction on it. It doesn't matter what it is. Y'all always have a reason for not following it. Then when you
what is the things that women wear in overseas? Them the burkas. What is it? What they be wearing? Where they cover because men will still take advantage of a woman being fully clothed. So it don't matter what a woman got on.
Okay.
She can still
now, Red, I do agree with that.
So what the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah, right. Again, so I'll explain what we're talking about. I'll explain what we're talking about again. I'm saying any leadership that men give you, you found a reason not to do it. But we want to stay on outfits.
They can't even lead their dicks, but you want to talk to me about leadership?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they can lead it.
They
lead it way better.
Hold on, Red. Hold on, Red. Let World Class finish his point. But let me say this real quick. Okay. She's absolutely right because you can't get SA no matter what the hell you wear because it's more about vulnerability than it is what you wear. But who do you think is a bigger target? Old chick with her ass hanging out or the nun covered from head to toe? To me, the former is more vulnerable in comparison. Just saying. Go ahead, World Class.
Don't matter.
But this
actually,
is Earth.
I would think it's reverse is true.
But this is Earth.
Because then a man can say, well, why would somebody want her if she's dressed like that? It gives him a fucking come on.
This is not an adult way to look
old
at
lady. You got old ladies getting assaulted in the street. So come on.
You can be a great driver, follow all the rules, and still get in car accidents. It can still be your fault. That's not how life works. So changing your dress, if it's not going to guarantee me I'm not going to be safe, I'm not going to do it. That doesn't work at anybody's job. So that's not an adult way to look at it.
I advocate for women. If you are not interested in a man, do not stay. Have a chaperone. Don't be with him alone. Don't just. You have to protect yourself. Stay in public.
Let Triple Black say his piece because he's been trying to say something.
Yes,
we can't.
Go ahead.
You got to
let Triple Black speak his piece. Yeah, switch the mic. Triple Black, say your thought.
Okay. If I come into, let's just say, apartment building, right? I have a cop car, certified. I jump out and I have a cop uniform on and shit like that. How do you think most people are gonna treat me?
Say that again.
What'd he say? He said something about a cop car?
Like I said, it don't fucking matter what he's saying because we all
know. No. I'm just saying, if I come in with a cop car and I have a cop uniform and shit like that, I look certified and shit like that, how most people gonna treat me?
And motherfuckers have been to jail for trying to impersonate police. So shut up.
Okay, so let me kind of. Let me kind of like bring some clarity to the situation because this is going all over the place. So
it really is.
Men will treat women Men will treat women accordingly, right? So if a woman dresses like very provocative or 304-ish, men will look at her like that and treat her like that. Does that mean she's that? Not necessarily, but people will treat you how you look sometimes. That's just a thing.
No, that is a thing. Definitely. However, just because so we're moving on past what women wear. We already we squashed that. So this seems like a new point that you're making, right?
Yeah, I'm saying people will treat you accordingly to how you present. People will treat you accordingly.
However, you should treat everyone with respect, no matter how they're dressed, who they are, where they come from. You should treat everyone with respect.
Respect the hoe. We respect the hoe. Hey,
but niggas
hold on. Let me say this real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna say that self-control goes both ways. Like Warren Way said, that old girl that was in a relay track race control herself when she did what she did.
Yeah,
She did it. Carmelo Anderson control himself, but we both gotta control ourselves in that case.
Carmelo was the boy that was attacked, right? He was attacked. That girl that in the racetrack, she wasn't attacked. She was just getting her ass beat fairly.
Yeah, but this conversation
control themselves.
Okay, let me bring the conversation back. Okay, so I want to ask World Class.
Go ahead, Leo. My bad.
I want to ask World Class question because we were talking about this earlier and we didn't get your opinion. So, do you consider a friends with benefits the same thing as a hoe?
No.
What's the difference to you?
Dedication. Like a friends with benefits is dedicated. A hoe is just she for everybody. She belong to us. 'Cause a lot of chicks that do that, they had that one guy usually, or maybe one on one, but they're
Yeah,
not
because
out there for everybody.
I was saying this earlier. It's like a friends with benefits. You have a little bit more respect for them, or you might have a history with. Like that could be your ex, that could be your homegirl you knew for years,
Yeah.
and y'all just finally messed around. It doesn't necessarily have to be just a chick you just sleeping with. Like it could be a
Yeah.
chick you can also
It,
kick it with too.
it's not a guarantee, but there's implied interest, invested interest, right? There's some implied intimacy there. Where like I care
Yeah,
if she
but
get home, a hoe I don't care about it. I just set her the $40 if she could buy it out there. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that.
yeah, but like some people on the panel, like Red and Triple Black, they were saying it's the same thing. And Triple Black gave me an
If
example where he gave me an example of a woman that was cheating on her husband and just doing some foul stuff and she was out there. It was like, yeah, that chick is a friend with
if
benefits. I don't take it serious. But that's different. Like,
if if they're comparing it to the ideal, which is marriage, and yeah, from that perspective, it's the same. If they're looking like, oh, neither one of them is wholesome, is not marriage, is not sacred, then I can see that. But just comparing
yeah,
them to
like,
the vacuum.
yeah, like some people were saying like, situationships, friends with benefits, all that is whole shit. Which I can understand
I,
if you look at it
yeah,
like that.
yeah. From that perspective, I can't argue with there. If that's the position you taking, then cool. But
I know,
when you're defining it,
but feminism has got you guys compartmentalizing whole behavior. That's it's just whole behavior. You feel me? Like you're giving access to your womb.
Appreciate that, Red.
okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, because you triple black, because you have shit. I don't even need to go back that far. You got billionaires now. You still got kings now. When you have a woman that's in their organization and she's being loyal to that king or whatever or billionaire, is that her being a hoe? If she just fucking that one guy, even though he got a wife and another one,
Yeah, absolutely.
that's her being a hoe just because she's not married.
Yeah.
Wait. Say that again.
If
I mean the definition. I mean, if you're looking from a definition standpoint, yeah, you know,
okay, that's why I asked earlier. What is a hoe?
if you're having premarital sex, um, if you want to keep it contextually, yeah, that's a whole.
So if two, okay, watch
Wait.
this.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's because that's what you got asked questions. So if you got a
I mean,
fiance,
that's the rabbit. I mean, that's the rabbit hole, though. Yeah.
I mean, we're in the middle of defining things. I'm not gonna say that's a rabbit hole because if you're calling everybody a hoe just because they're having premarital sex, you can be engaged and have premarital sex. That's a hoe. A woman having sex with her fiance, you ain't tied or not officially. That's a hoe.
I mean, if you're looking at the context of the definition,
No.
yeah, that's a whole.
Yeah,
Hold on. Let me say.
that's beyond
I
the
think
stream.
that
Go ahead.
I think that definition is a little off because you can't say just because you had sex outside of a marriage that makes you automatically a hoe. It's the quality and the quantity. Who you having sex with and how many are you having sex with? Why are you having sex with these people or person or whatever? That plays into it too, And it kind of begs the question, does having sex with someone that you're not married to qualify as fornication? Like if me and Red are just in a relationship or engaged and we have sex before the wedding date, does that make us fornicators? Does that make
Yeah.
her a hoe? Does it make us hoes?
Yes,
We're not married?
it does. It does.
Oh, come on, Red.
Absolutely. It
That's
really
extreme.
does.
That's
It
extreme.
So
does.
having sex with your fiance makes you a fornicator.
Absolutely.
That's extreme.
No, it doesn't. I'm calling the cap. Double.
That's cap. Totally cap. That means lie.
That means lie.
But yes.
You kind of went in and out.
Oh.
I mean, that means everybody who's not having sex in marriage is a hoe, according to
That's
Red.
what I'm saying earlier. Everybody's a hoe. No matter you put on this shit,
Red.
everybody's a hoe to y'all. It don't make no sense. So y'all just forget about the whole phase. Forget about the body count shit. Pick the best person that you can pick, and go from there. I don't see what the big like.
I mean,
You gonna find somebody you like, and no matter what, you gonna like them. You gonna fuck it. What are we talking? What?
No, what we're talking about. I mean, what we're talking about. If you want to compartmentalize a lot of shit,
Don't nobody
let me
compartmentalize nothing.
hold on. Okay. Let's think about it. The women that are most popular, let's just say on social media, right? They were virgins.
Oh God,
they were virgins.
No, I don't want to go down the virgin. No, I don't want to go down the virgin
lane.
Because it's gonna make the conversation
weird,
bro. We already know. Oh my
it's
God.
not weird. It's not weird because I mean, if you want to go down to the bare bones of it, like men in general don't like a woman that jumps around.
Y'all lying like hell because men marry hoes every day.
Let me help y'all out. And let me help y'all out with the ideal. In marriage, right? If it's gonna be if you don't get married, you're a hoe, then every marriage that doesn't end in death, you just friends with benefits.
Thank you.
We gotta So it's
rare. It's rare. Let's just be honest about it.
I don't know about all that, but okay.
It gets extreme if you're doing that.
Extreme and rare. Come on, man.
It gets extreme if that's the case you're doing it. I'm doing the opposite of compartmentalizing. I'm giving you your ideal. So if it doesn't end,
it's rare.
What's rare?
It's rare. It's rare.
It's rare to follow through on the vows that you are exposing to anybody that's not
it's
engaging
rare.
in.
It's rare.
So why would you value marriage if its actual goals is rare? What the hell?
I said if you're not dating with intention, what's the fucking point? Y'all out here hoeing. They hoeing.
But there's no way to prove that intention.
I mean, a bluefin tuna is very prized because it's rare that you get to eat it. You feel me? It's rare. It's a rare thing. Rare commodities get placed over everything.
But these are people's lives.
I know, but no, I mean, it's rare.
Why would I? Okay, you said that 5 times. Why the hell would people have an ideal that's so rare, right? I suppose being married is supposed to be a basic concept. Basic, simple.
It really is.
But you're telling me
in terms of a billionaire is rare.
But okay, you just told me the actual attainment, actual goal for marriage is rare for y'all to divorce or y'all to separate by death. You said that's rare. That's rare. The goal of it. But that's the goal. So if everybody that get married don't die, they hoes. They just friends with benefits.
Well,
you've been together for 70 years. Y'all managed to break up, and everybody a hoe? That old 70-year-old lady a hoe now?
But it's rare.
That's crazy. That don't
even make sense. Widowed.
It's rare.
If he's widowed, I guess.
So when a man say it, y'all understand it. But when
no, we don't understand it. He just doesn't want to.
I totally debunked the whole face talking point. I'm the best. I'm the greatest. So
it's rare.
I'm glad we had this conversation because I'm fucking y'all
up. I 100% don't agree with it. I'm challenging the concept. I don't think it makes any sense.
It doesn't.
Yeah, like to me, it
they just try to put
because
they're trying to put titles on stuff to make themselves feel better.
No. What part of the concept?
You know, we was friends with benefits, but I still knocked her up.
No, I'm just saying.
No, those are extremes. Like, what do you mean?
Very extreme.
What is
you shouldn't be having sex, period.
But that's not realistic in real life.
Pleasure versus procreation. Ain't. You shouldn't be having sex at all.
Like in real life, people are dating and having sex. What are we talking about?
People got sexual trauma.
Exactly.
People are afraid of sex.
That doesn't always have to lead to sex. It can lead to other things like sexual tension. But I get it.
let me, because I want to bring this conversation back on track where it makes sense and it's not we going around with misconceptions and biases. So world class, I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So we were saying that the whole phase is worse on women than it is on men. Do you find that to be true? Hang on, let me say, because with men, I've known men who slept around and have like crazy body counts, but it didn't necessarily mentally fuck them up. They do have sexual trauma, but it's not because of them sleeping around. It's usually because of like they was violated, they was raped, they was sexually assaulted, something like that. With women, on the other hand, it's the same thing, but also the sleeping around part, they always wind up regretting it. And you see them basically, their usual healing process is like either therapy or, they try to be a born again version. So do you think that the whole phase is worse on men or women, or do you think it's the same?
It's worse on women because they're the only ones that can be hoes. The word came up for men to shame women, and that's they just got to get over it. You can't have the little sister syndrome your whole life. You got to grow up. You can't do stuff that men can do. Men can't do stuff that women can do. In their own sciences that they subscribe to, it is shown by doctors that the sperm that they collect in their body stay in their body forever and keep reproducing. So you're not designed to be doing what we're doing, and we're not designed to do what you do. Just get over it. But they have this little girl, little sister syndrome where they just get mad because they can't do what we do or have what we have. Get over it, move on. It don't affect us like it affects you. I can run around, be a hoe with 1,000 chicks. I'm never going to get pregnant. I'm never going to have a period. None of that stuff will ever happen. You can't do what men do. It is what it is. Men can't do what women do and flake out and not stand on business and none of that. It's just, that's how it works.
But
you can't do what they do. We can't do shit they do. I don't know what it's hard.
Hey, hold on. You got one egg. One egg versus 3 million, 4 million, 15 million sperm. Come on, man.
That's how you know women are valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you want to paint that narrative, then what the fuck is he talking about?
Like I was saying, men and women are different. Like the way we look at sex is different. So it affects us differently. That's what I've been saying the whole stream.
I mean, if you got
It does
15
affect us differently.
million niggas looking to pack one fucking egg, what does that mean?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't even know where you're going with that.
No, I'm just saying. No, on a
okay, hold on. Well, answer your question. We'll see what we're gonna do.
Are you just talking about the bad chicks? It's because she's a bad chick.
No, I'm just saying, any chick
15 million niggas ain't trying to fuck her too.
But
I mean, if they can, they will. Apparently, the whole pump and dump, right?
Listen,
y'all pumping and dumping twos or no? Because y'all ain't pumping and dumping tens.
One man.
It ain't 15,000 niggas trying to fuck no two. That's not gonna happen.
15,000. No, there's millions sperm.
Y'all put.
How you talking sperm? Okay, go ahead.
They keeping it up having shit. Oh my god, y'all crazy to them. Y'all make up shit on. Y'all get on here. It's fucking bizarre world. It's everything.
Oh, come on, Red. Okay, hold on.
No, I think we just.
Right, let's move on.
What does that mean, though?
Let's move on. I think we just have different ideals. That's it. Nobody's crazy or nobody's fucked up. Just different ideals.
I can agree with that. But I said
we all gonna stand on business. We gonna stand on business.
We stand on
our ideas.
I never said that though.
I got a video.
In my mouth. I never said that.
You've been trying to spin it like I'm crazy.
I ain't nobody spinning shit, nigga. This is
You've
weird.
been doing the spin doctor move. You like a DJ. Remixing
I'm a woman. I don't even know why you playing.
You a DJ. You a DJ remixing everything.
Guess what? I'm great at what I do. I like that shit.
You like Steve Harvey. Like
okay, hold on. I got a video to show you guys. Now let's hear what this man has to say.
Let's see what Steve said. This probably be interesting.
It's gonna be stressful.
Can you really be a born again version? Steve Harvey. Okay, let's hear what he has to say. Fair use.
Oriental Theater as we continue our 2-day event on what men really think. Now, there are a lot of really good, strong opinions flying around, so we're going to continue with our first ever man panel. Some female celebs are rediscovering celibacy.
These the men?
Publicly renouncing sex until
I guess so.
marriage. The list includes Sierra, Olympian Lolo Jones, and Sports Illustrated model Jessica White.
All the beautiful ladies, yep.
So it's become such a popular trend that it's now the basis of a new scripted series on TV One called Born Again Virgin. Can a woman really be a born again virgin? Okay, fellas, thanks. Well, next question.
Damn, nobody had an answer. And look at that, born again virgin. Buy it or buy it.
But like this, I mean, the born again virgin thing is proof that it just affects women worser, because you never hear men trying to use this to kind of cope with being a hoe or sleeping around. Like to them, like if you have to say you're a born again virgin, it's like you feel ashamed of what you did. Men don't necessarily feel the same way as women do about sleeping around, basically. So to me, the whole born again virgin thing is just like proof that, it affects y'all way worse.
It's the word worse, not worse. But hey, did they never answer the question though?
No, the men did. They just said no, you can't.
Oh, okay. I looked away. All right, that's what's up.
I thought I heard
think it's a weird
instead
thing.
of no.
I don't like the wordage of born again virgin. I don't know why. But I mean, I'd rather just say I'm celibate.
Look at this killer flash here, so it's all men. Okay, I got you. We all got the answer to 3 or 4 days, so we can end the live.
Yeah, that's what Brad has been saying. Men are whores. It's all their faults. Men do everything wrong. Men are leaders, and they're not leading. That.
She was saying, and say, Mr. Married 3-time cheater, you know fully well. Well, let's just take what he had. Well, this was made years ago. I'm gonna say 7-8 years ago, before he, got with that woman.
Well, should he?
So this is an older video.
So
he was married to her.
But see, I don't understand why women have these females, I should say, have these stupid responses. So he should have quit on women in the first marriage. So what the fuck? He tried 3 times. So what, he supposed to quit the first time? Say fuck bitches? Like what the fuck? Like
he
been married.
Have you even been married? Y'all are wild. I love this place.
Yeah, I have. So you supposed to just quit?
Let's continue.
So y'all only worth for going forward, y'all only worth one try.
You're supposed to be married again then. Fuck that. They say he cheated each time. Ooh, that's bad. That's bad.
He know better than Derek Jackson. But okay. Let's continue. Hear you.
My bad.
I got you, sis.
Once you take a bite of that.
I'm sorry. You know what? I apologize.
Come on.
Oh no, I want to apologize to World Class because I didn't mean to ask you if you were married. I didn't mean to ask you that. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to do that.
It's all good.
Now let's continue. You accept my apology, World Class? I'm sorry.
Of course.
Damn it, Red.
I just want to be cool. No, because I shouldn't have did that. I'm just saying.
No, but
we get it.
Gets a lot of support.
Now he trying to play the video right now. Go ahead, Chanel.
All right, fair use.
Okay, fellas, thanks. Well, next question. Bill, what are your thoughts?
Once you take a bite of that apple, you're done. Yeah.
If you take a bite of the apple, you're done.
David, what do you think?
Now, if you're a woman and you slept with 25 men, whatever it is, and then you say, I'm a born-again virgin. I haven't slept with anybody in 6 months. You're not a born-again virgin. That's just a dry spell. That's all that is. You slept with that many people, ain't no way you can come back and be a virgin.
I think people can go through personal evolutions. I've seen people change political philosophies, ideologies, political parties, but this is very hard. You only get one reputation, and to go back and try to recreate it or repaint it or change it.
I mean, how are you going to try to say after you done slept with half the town, I prayed, I'm clean, hadn't been a hoe for 37 days.
Okay, here's the deal. I think that everybody has the right to change. I think everybody has the right to reinvent themselves. I think everybody has the right to recover from their past. I don't think anybody should be held to it.
Don't make you a virgin. Yeah, it doesn't
Well,
do that.
you're not a virgin, but you can be celebrated because you've learned from your mistakes to get it right. But it's going to come out with the next guy, though. Because
Okay, go ahead. Well, before you answer,
think
I think we got a new panel. We got a new panelist up here. This is hypocrisy. Am I saying that right?
Hypocrisy. You can just say Tiff. How are you?
How are you doing? Welcome to the show. What's your take on this whole thing?
I'm coming up here to figure out what in the hay are y'all talking about? Because first of all,
Oh, come on, not you two.
I'm just gonna say, like, first of all, we're using Steve Harvey, who has had 3 wives and cheated on all of them, and he married his cousin's ex-girlfriend. But go off on that. We're definitely not gonna be. I'm not gonna allow grown men to shame adult women that want to have intimacy. Adult women like to have sex like men, right? And sometimes adults that are consenting, they do because that's what they want to do, right? So whatever shame that you're attempting to place on a woman that's decided to be an adult and have some intimacy, it's weird, but it's giving you probably don't have sex, and that's why you're mad, because she has access to the thing that you just don't.
But it's shame Steve Harvey. It's not the same, bro.
I don't want to other men to penetrate.
But you just shame Steve Harvey for wanting a relationship.
All you have to do.
No.
All you have to
I'm
do
not shaming him at all. I said, go ahead, Triple. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Look, mama, do you follow Ace Metaphor, Derek Jackson, or who else?
None of them. None of them. I don't watch niggas that give dating advice in cars.
Okay. So why? I mean, your ideology. What is that born from?
Is your mic in your pocket? Like, why? It's so hard to hit. Like, what's going on?
I said he swallowed his throat. That's why I feel like I have to talk up, because I feel like I can't hear him.
Okay, like can I speak? Hypocrisy. I get what you say.
What is he about to say?
Hypocrisy is great.
Oh, yeah, Hypocrisy. I get it. Basically, we're just gathering men's opinions on if they think a woman can basically be a born again virgin, and we're saying no, they can't, because your reputation follows you, and men will treat you accordingly to how you present yourself. So if you present yourself that way, or you got a reputation for that, men will treat you as such. The thing is, I think women kind of don't want men to treat them based off that. And that's where we butt heads. I mean,
I agree with that. I don't think a man could be a born again truth teller. If he was a liar to all his exes, he can't be a born again safe guy. Like, once you do things that are in contrary to the standards of the opposite sex, that got to be brought to the table. You don't want to find that out year 3 that he beat up another woman or he lied to another woman and cheated him out. So these are the things that people are concerned with. We don't need the gaslighting and the manipulation. You're a born again virgin because you like it. So a man can't come to no woman talking about, I used to lie to everybody before. I used to cheat on every chick before, beat on every chick before. But I sat in the house and I really felt my feelings real good. And now I'm not. Like, that shit's stupid.
Yeah, that's good, world class.
But you're reformed, right? So previously, based on your track record, anybody that dated you before would probably say you're a horrible person to date. You're a cheater. But the next person that you date, because you're in a different position and you're going to treat that person differently, you do deserve to have a happy relationship, right?
Yeah, but
and you do get
here's
to
the
have
thing.
somebody that's faithful to you, right?
What H&M drop? Okay, go ahead and say it again.
I said you do get to find somebody that's faithful to you, right?
I think that's besides the point. The point is, don't come in. Don't provide me no guys to hide your past. Of course you do, right? But you don't get to have bad credit and then just get A1 credit treatment. You don't get to have that. Like you have to bring your history with you, and it's just that simple. Don't try to piss on my leg, call it raining is what we're saying. You was a hoe, okay, be a hoe. Stand in your shit.
But men don't. But men act like they don't have a history.
Say it again?
Whole history. Men act like they don't have a whole facts. They don't have a whole history.
It's just not the same. It's just not. It's not
It
as.
is the same. You're slutting yourself out with multiple women.
It's not going to stick.
Spreading yourself
It's not going to
when
stick.
you should
I don't
be
know.
saving yourself for
It's
the
not
woman
gonna-
that you're going to be with for the rest of your life.
It's not going
Like
to stick.
I get the gist of like you can be reformed and you could be a better person now, right? And you deserve that second chance, basically, right? Like you could have done something messed up in the past, and now you healed, you learned yourself, you're a better person now. But
I don't think
like
that's
I said,
true. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off, but I don't think that's true. How do you know it especially somebody depending on their upbringing, how do they know their worth at 20 versus as they get older and learn from different experiences? So you just gonna call them a hoe
don't
after
women
that?
don't females mature quicker than guys? So they should know their worth at least by the time they're in their
we're forced
mid-20s,
to.
right?
No, it's something that it's I don't like, and I really think that we need to do the science on that, because I'm trying to understand if they're saying a human brain, the male brain doesn't develop until it's 25. Like, are our brains different? Like, a brain is a brain. So that would mean that women typically are more responsible because we have more responsibilities. I.e., y'all can go around and have sex recklessly, and apparently it doesn't stick to you. But a young woman has got to keep them legs with a penny, because if she dares to have some type of sexual experience, y'all are gonna shame her.
I'm not gonna take the bait.
If she bad at sex, they'll shame her. If
that's
she don't
some
suck dick
hypocrisy
right,
right
they're
there.
gonna shame her.
Let me say this real quick. Now, a woman can have a high sex
So it
drive
don't
and
matter if
sexual
a
experience
woman
without
fucking right
necessarily
or
being a
fucking
hoe.
wrong, she's still gonna get
Red,
good.
can I speak? Come on, girl. Come on.
I'm sorry.
As I was saying, a woman can have can have a high sex drive without being a hoe for the streets. Maybe she wants to be a hoe. I'm sorry, just have sex with that one guy or a select few. That means she's fucking everybody. So it's the quality and the quantity of how she moves. We're not trying to tell these bro what the fuck to do with their bodies, but we're not going to take responsibility for their fucked up decisions. They choose to get with some fucked up ass men. Don't blame us for that. You had a chance to get with the good men, but you put them in a goddamn friend zone, and now look where you are.
That's not necessarily true.
If you a friend, you a friend, and I don't know why y'all don't understand. If a person is not attracted to you, you can have all the money in the world, you can be the nicest guy,
I understand that.
Personality. If she don't like you, she's not obligated to like you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. I understand that wholeheartedly.
But some men don't understand that, bro.
We're talking about women who friends own good men and use them. We're not talking about the mutual friends that you're just not gonna stay. I got some mutual female friends I would never in 1,000 years want to fuck. We're not talking about those kind of men. We're talking about the ones that
you view
y'all,
women
but y'all
as
didn't like
something
them
to
for whatever
fuck.
reason. So
Y'all view women as an object to fuck. Y'all not looking at women as
why is it always on the men? The women, a woman can be just as guilty.
Hustler, don't take the bait.
I'm not.
We were talking about if you can be reformed, right? So you can have a past and be reformed, but like it's kind of different. It's like you're gonna be judged for it. It's just like if a guy, there's double standards. Like, hang on, let me finish, Brad. Let me finish.
No more. Oh, sorry.
Like there's a double standard, right? Like if a man like sleeps around with another man, right? He has some zesty experiences, and now he sleeps with women only, and a woman hears that and she don't want to mess with him. She think he's just gay. You know, he's gonna be judged for it, and it's just the same thing on the other side. If a woman has a reputation for sleeping around, being out there, being for everybody, she is going to be judged for it. Like you can't escape that. That's just the reality.
That's a perfect example.
Okay, so at what point is too many? Because it's like all of this is very much relative, and it gives
it's not even
about a woman in her body count, specifically an adult male. Like, I'm looking at you very, very odd, because y'all do realize they do shit in high school and then they move. So if she moves to a different place. Who knows she's a hoe?
Come on now.
We said
Well,
that.
man,
We said that
social media, the
earlier.
whole
I'm
world can
asking
find
you
out.
if she moved.
They asked them and they
Who knows
believe.
she's a hoe?
It's okay,
She
but
did.
hang on. There are telltale signs
Her and
still
other
because
hoes.
it's like they carry
Telltale. Do
trauma.
tell.
Yes, they carry
Mm-hmm.
trauma. A lot of them they still have hoe tendencies. So even if it's like you know how they say like you could take someone out the city, but you can't take the city out of them. It's
Mm-hmm.
just the same thing if a woman is known for doing that. Like that's who she is.
But
She's
then
just
you're
gonna
doing
do the same
repertoire.
thing somewhere else.
You're fighting your own point in saying reformation because if she's reformed, she's not gonna exhibit those behaviors. She's changed.
No, but people will doubt that you're truly reformed. That's
You're
why
not
when
going
women
to
say,
know that.
no, hang on, but that's why when women say they're born again virgins, there's a huge doubt there.
Are they doing? Are they saying they're born again because it's like faith? It's kind of like when you get
No,
like a
because
purity ring.
they feel like it kind of makes their reputation better. Like they're trying to
Mm-hmm.
be a good woman, they're a woman of God, they're different now. You can't judge them for their past. You
Uh-huh.
know, they want grace, basically. They want grace. But again, they may not get it because people will judge you for that. You know, it's just the
That's
reality.
that's immunity. That's not
You
grace.
you really believe it is a woman on planet Earth that can't find a man to be with her because she's been with other men?
No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying that when women say they've been born again virgins, they're looking, world class say immunity. I say
Mhm.
grace. They're ashamed of it, right? They don't want to be judged for it. That's why they're saying that. And you're going to be judged for it. It's just
So
the reality of things.
so men are going to shame women. That is what you're saying. Because you would be the
No,
first no, no,
people will,
no. You just
okay.
said she's going to feel away. She's going to feel shame. So in order to
Mhm.
feel shame, that person would one have to care about your opinion, and then two have to feel as if your thought process was impactful. It just seems
What,
you get what I'm saying?
to
Like it's the issue
hypocrisy,
of
but
saying you're born again, or are you okay with a woman saying
no,
I'm
but
celibate?
okay, to hypocrisy, women come to this, we call it the epiphany stage on their own. It's just like they've been doing them, doing the 304 thing, hot girl summer it up. And then one day they start thinking about it. They start feeling regret, shame. Sometimes they had trauma. Sometimes they had like their bodies get affected. Like they had abortions. They had a whole bunch of kids. It's stuff like that. And they try to go to God or go to therapy and try to find like some type of like, forgiveness for themselves. So, it's not just, oh, they're doing it because men are shaming them. They feel that shame themselves. That's why they're
So
doing
they
it.
so they have a faith system now. They're practicing their faith. They're making some type of connection, vow, or commitment to God. Where do you as a man come into this at all? Because you still
Because we've seen that. I'm going to use Brittany Renner, for example. We've seen her, be a Muslim and do all of that. And then, a year later, she's with Kevin Gates and other rappers. So it's like, I've seen that too in real life. So I don't want people to say, oh, this is such social media. You're just going on social media. I've seen
so
strippers, sex
let's
workers, hang on,
mhm,
in
mhm.
church, women in
One
church,
at a time, please. One at a time.
women who had a past do the same thing, right? They feel a deep sense of regret and shame and want immunity or grace for their whole phase. It's understandable, but people will judge you, and people will doubt you, right? It's like hypocrisy.
Absolutely.
Like my example I said, like if a guy told you that he had a sexual experience with a couple men, but now he realized like he liked women and he's only dealing with women. Would you have doubts?
I'm I'm not remedial, and I understand that people are people.
Okay, you just
And
proved my point. You would have doubts.
no, if you're talking, so again, I just if I'm trying to dance with this, I just don't understand. Like,
that's
are
okay,
you
Tip. We gonna have
concerned with the
after stream so we can say
girl?
what
I'm
we
like, are they
got.
concerned about their woman or all women?
No,
Because you
no,
only need one. You only need
okay,
one
no,
We're
chasing.
just we're just calling
we're,
it
we're,
out for
we're,
what
we're
it
we're
is.
calling out for what it is. We're talking about how having a whole phase can affect you, right? And this is how the whole phase affects some women, right? They feel a deep amount of shame, and then they want to be forgiven. They want it to be erased.
And
They
you've heard
want
this from
grace,
women.
immunity. Huh?
You've heard this from women.
Yes.
Women that
There's
you
women
I
on
don't believe
church.
that shit.
There's
I don't believe
We
that.
are
women that
women in
you
speaking
know
from
church.
personally.
experience. Okay.
No,
What's up?
I'm
We're
not
speaking
asking
from
women
our
that you
own
know
personal
personally.
experiences. Just saying.
Yes, women. Yes, I used to go to church with my mom, Baptist church, Christian church. And when I was young, there were a lot of women that dressed provocatively. Now, when I got older, I found out what they did and how they were living. And yeah, they were trying to be forgiven. They were trying to reform themselves. But that was our point, that like the whole experience is kind of worse on y'all mentally, emotionally, and
You
spiritually,
see how
It's
you
because
not.
it's
making
like,
this shit up? You see how
It's
you
not.
making
And
this shit
you
up?
know
no,
how I know it. You know
no,
how I know it's not.
no, I'm
No,
not.
you know how I know it's not because I don't
Men
know
don't have
any women
sexual
that would be in
trauma.
a group of 5 talking
Okay,
about.
hold
I
on,
mean,
hold
no,
on.
hold on.
This
You
this is
asked, and I'm trying to subjugate. So you're saying that this affects women, and I can say that also men that are overly stimulated and have way too many bodies, they tend to have issues with being faithful. They tend to not have
Yes,
good sex lives because they have been
yes.
overly stimulated. So both men and women can suffer if they don't practice good
I didn't, I
sexual
didn't,
health.
I didn't say that. I
Okay.
said it affects us differently, and I said with women it affects y'all worser because of the things y'all have to do to cope with it. What we was talking about sexual trauma before, or just men sleeping around, and it's like the way it affects men is different. You made a good
Can
point.
I
Like
make a
they,
point?
hang on, they have trouble being faithful. They may got baby mamas all over the place, right? Hey, they may have that Madonna whore complex, right? To where they want a good girl, but really they always go to a hoe. So it's not like it doesn't affect men to some degree, but it's not the same as women. Because you don't ever hear men saying they want to be a born again virgin.
Never.
No, you've not heard
So
that.
exactly.
But
can
I
I
have
make a
Somebody
heard
point
said
real
men
Black
quick?
take a
China.
vow of celibacy. I've
Tip,
seen
tip,
that.
Somebody said
tip,
Black China's a born
tip,
again
real
Christian. Is
quick.
that true or not?
Mhm.
Real quick, they
I
say
don't
that
know
the
that
consequences aren't the same. But
at
if a
all.
woman said, "I'm about to abort your baby," they fucking lose their fucking shit. So what do you mean the consequences aren't the same?
They
Okay,
inject.
it's different. Okay, we can use that example. See, I'm gonna challenge you on your example now, Red. Abortion doesn't affect men like it does women. Abortion affects women more because that's
Yes.
their body,
Yeah.
and
Right. But
yeah,
y'all
and then they
still
feel
lose your
postpartum. Hang
shit.
on, they
But
feel
y'all still lose
postpartum.
your fucking mind, your mental.
They
You don't
feel
go get
postpartum.
therapy for the shit, right?
They feel
You go
worse.
on to
Women.
the next woman and try to procreate with her
So if it affected at
for
all, it's
pleasure
equal.
and to use her as a therapist to get over the
Yeah.
last shit
But
that you did.
when she has the
Y'all need
child,
to get fucking therapy. Y'all need to
yeah.
fucking go seek help because
No.
this is
Nobody. The
stupid.
No,
person that needs
you
to seek help
just
is the
throwing
person that
your
need to,
bias
the
and
person
misconceptions.
the one that needs to seek help is the one that's going to turn into a haunted house when she delete a child in her womb.
That is crazy. I know. But y'all create those
What?
haunted wombs because you didn't have to nut in a woman.
No, 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 no.
Uh-oh.
A man
What
can't
do
make a
you mean,
decision. A
Red? Come
man,
on, man.
no, no. I got the A man can't make a decision for her to get a deletion.
Y'all shouldn't have
He don't
unprotected
have the
sex
medical
with
power
women
to make that decision.
anyway. Y'all should not have unprotected sex
This
with
is
any.
this is
Y'all
Earth,
look at these men and think these men are straight.
y'all. It should. Why is it having? Why is it not protected if I'm entering you? Why are y'all a danger zone?
Y'all listen to these men who
Girl,
are
we know for
girl,
sure the one
the
we
one on
know
the right.
Jennifer Hudson. We know Jennifer Hudson's ex fiance a little light feathered, and then that
Who
other
is
one,
that? The man with the
Todd.
purple shirt?
Yeah,
Which one?
But
This one here?
y'all judging them? Y'all judging them for
go
being
down to the
gay?
dude towards the end.
Oh
Todd,
yeah.
his name is
I'd
Todd,
They're
whatever his
making
name.
decisions. We have down low men talking on what women are doing.
Yes, baby,
And
light as a
affecting
feather.
No, straight men say this too, so you can't even just say that.
But y'all listen to the lesbian women all the time. Y'all listen to Prince Ella y'all listen to Prince Ella for 8 months.
I didn't
straight.
listen to Priscilla. Nobody listens to
Okay.
Priscilla.
Now nobody listens to her.
I
Now
didn't listen
nobody
to
listens
that.
to her.
I don't listen to Priscilla. You can't tell me
Okay,
that
hold
men
on,
struggle
hold
with
on.
All right, gotcha.
Okay.
Well, you can go to her channel and see all them them so-called straight
You
women.
didn't see me
I
over
know,
there.
but
What the fuck?
but Sexy Red, but you be on Moist Sharon's panel all the time.
First of
Oh,
all,
not
what
too
we're
much,
not
not
gonna
too
do, drop
much.
this nigga right now. Because what
Not
you're
too
not gonna
much.
do is disrespect Sharon. That's what we're not gonna do.
Okay.
Sharon Bishop.
The fuck?
He's moist.
You moist, nigga. Your fucking mic is moist. We can't even hear you. What are you talking about? Get it out of your butt.
How do
Get out
you
your
hear
rim,
it?
bro.
How do
Get
you
out your rim, bro. Your mic is in your rim.
Okay,
out of
hold
there.
on, hold on. Let's continue with the video. This is all over the place. Let's continue. All right, let's hear what he has to say.
He's
Fair
upset
use.
because he's moist.
Leave Sharon alone. Sharon's not even. You wouldn't even go on Sharon panel and say that to him. So shut up. Exactly.
Fuck that
Okay,
nigga.
okay. All right, fair use. Fair use. Thank you.
Because you can't come in the room and that night you doing monkey flips and diving off the doorknob. You done a 1.5 gainer, broke it into a jackknife and splashed on top of this guy. And then get up and say, I've been a virgin. Well, where the hell did you learn all this from? You're gonna have to find another way to term it, but I do think that everybody has the right to reinvent themselves. Of course. All right, it turns out that becoming a dad too young might be harmful to your health. A new study shows that having kids before you're 22 increases your chances of dying by middle age. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to laugh. Researchers think a lot of this has to do with the stress that young dads experience because they're unprepared. Okay, what do you think, Todd?
I don't think anyone's prepared when you're having a child. I had my first one at 21, my first one at 22. I think that having your kids young, you're just still dumb. So you don't know how bad a shape you in.
Yeah.
I mean, when you get like, Bill, you're what, 44?
Slow down.
I mean, when you get older and have your kids, you ain't gonna be able to keep up with them.
Well, I had my first kid at 42. And I actually agree with that study. Had I had a baby and
Todd
at 21,
does pageants.
little things stress you out more. You know, kids coloring,
they don't
on the
know.
wall. At 22.
Clearly not.
I see y'all have a lot to say during the video. Come on, get it all out.
No, I'm just saying the guy that y'all see, Todd Chrisley, like, pull him up. Like, there have been rumors about him for years. The same thing. Even the guy with the black hair, like,
because y'all are listening to down low men.
No, wait. It feels weird to listen to men talk about a woman's sexuality when they're attracted to other men. So you
okay, like to
slamming women.
Yeah, she said we were gay.
I love it.
Say that.
I love
Okay,
it. Good job.
hypocrisy. Like, we get your point that these men seem zesty, but that's not the point.
It's not
It's just
seen.
that
You don't know who these
that's
people are,
not
and
the
that's okay.
point. The point is, do men in general feel this way about women in their whole phase? And they're talking about how they feel about people trying to reinvent themselves or reform themselves. It's
So
like,
let me ask you a
yes,
question. Do
people
you
deserve
think
that
straight
grace, but
men
people
care?
will still might doubt you.
Okay, but you think
What was that?
I'm asking you think most straight men care like that? Like it just
Care about what? A woman having a whole phase?
yeah, I'm asking you.
No, I don't think men. Honestly, I think you should just kind of know what you are looking for. Like, if you know that you don't want to be in a relationship or settle down, do you and protect yourself. But if you're somebody that wants something serious, then you're gonna have to vet properly. But
Can I ask you a question?
everybody has a different way of looking at it. Like, Sexy Red was saying like, she
Can I ask
prefers
you?
that people be in a marriage before they have sex, no
Mhm.
premarital sex. I see it
Mhm.
differently. I'm like, people in real life, they just date and have sex and
Mhm.
see if they vibe and have
Yeah, you want to fuck
chemistry and
on
take it.
anything that move. Yeah, that's what
No,
men want
No,
to
don't,
but
do.
don't, don't tell my intentions. I have my own intentions in
I,
my mind.
I, I think
Yeah, you want to
this
see.
is
You want to see
No.
what that coochie feel like. I get it. I get it.
Yes, I
no.
do.
Yeah.
But from the right
You
one.
want some of that pea
All right.
sleeve before you act. You're never gonna settle
That's what
down.
they call it.
I know, but
No, I'll settle down when I find the right one.
It's okay.
no. The
All
thing
right, all
about
right,
it,
all right. Hold on.
listen,
I'm
with
sorry. Go ahead.
Hang
children.
on, Hypocrisy was going to say something because I
No,
didn't hear what she was trying to say back.
no. I was trying to say
Okay,
something.
hypocrisy. Go ahead.
Let
Well,
me
no, my
just say
question was, he said that you need to vet better, and I can agree. But are
Uh-oh.
we going to say that all men are honest and never lie?
No, I never said that.
No,
No, no, I
People,
just,
I think
men
human beings in general lie.
and women lie. Men lie about stuff. Women lie
Hilarious.
about stuff. I
How
know
lie?
men.
so
I've
how does that
seen
fit
both.
into the vetting then? So we can say that you can vet very intense, but you may miss something, right?
I know
Yes.
you. I
Okay.
know you. I know you need to have these women dominate the panel. But let me ask her a question, and that'll be my question.
Okay, Triple, go ahead.
Okay.
These
Okay.
men look straight to you on this screen
No,
right
no,
here,
no, no.
and
No, they
y'all
look
gonna
Sexy Red.
listen.
zesty.
And y'all
No,
gonna listen to
sexy.
what they gotta say
Not
about women. That's what the
But
fuck I'm
we
saying.
get the
No,
I
point.
don't
We
give
get
a
the
fuck. As
point.
long
No,
as he
you're
got a
taking
dick,
it
he
somewhere
right, right?
else.
As long as he
sexy
got a
red.
penis, so as
Let let
long as he has a
let
penis,
Triple
he said
let
whatever he
Triple
says
say what he
goes.
was gonna say, Red.
Okay. No,
Sorry,
it's
I
a
don't have
simple
a
question.
penis. So I'm gonna go on mute. Because I don't
Both
have a
both of you.
penis.
red. Come on, red. Come on.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Um, both of you guys. Do you think purity matters? And how do you feel about a woman being pure?
That's a
I think
good.
purity is
That's a
very
good.
necessary.
Yeah, that's a good question. I would say purity is valuable to some people, but some people may not necessarily need you to be the most purest person they come across. So it depends. I mean, it depends on the person.
All right, all right. I mean, to say you want somebody that's a pure virgin at our age, that's a bit unrealistic. So
Yeah, I've heard men say that. Like I've
nobody.
heard men say here because I've heard men say they want a chick that has only slept with three guys, two guys, and I'm like, that's not realistic.
It really ain't.
Like it's like,
All right.
yeah, it's like at some point it's like you got to be realistic. Like people out here are having sex, so it's like purity. Like that depends on how much that means to you.
Yeah, makes sense to me. All right, let's continue. Fair use.
Too, I would have blown a gasket. At 44
I know,
now,
but
I let it
you
ride. I'll
guys
wipe
did
it off. It
not
doesn't
let the
really matter.
women.
Hold
As
on,
an
hold
older,
on.
chances are you've got a little more dough. You know, you're not working 100 hours a week trying to raise your kids. So I'm glad I waited till I was in my 40s to have my first child.
Mhm.
Yeah.
David?
I'm the same way. I waited till I was almost 30 years old, and even that is still stressful at that age. But if I was 21, man, I think back to being a 21-year-old kid, I'm not even really an adult yet. I'm trying to figure out who I am and get my life together. How am I going to raise another life? And I got to think about how he's going to eat. I have to provide for him. I can't even hardly provide for myself at that age.
Geraldo?
I have 5 kids, and I waited until I was 35, and thank God I did. I was broke in my 20s. I was constantly insecure about where the rent money was going to come to, where the food was going to come from. So I'm very glad I waited. But conversely, now I have a 10-year-old, and for me, middle age is only if you're going to live to be 150. So I have a 10-year-old, and I'm chasing her around, swimming with her, and she beat me in the pool the other day. And I said, I'll get you next time. But the fact of the matter is, that's it. She passed me a 10, and she's going to stay in front of me.
For me, it was different because I got married at 24. I had twins at 25. According to the study, technically, I should be dead
Wow.
already.
Ridiculous.
And be honest, I mean, really, I shouldn't even have been married at 24.
Exactly.
And I was. And I threw myself and this young family of mine down the cliff because of it, because I just wasn't ready. I think 21 is really technically too young because, like everybody said, you don't know who you are, man. 21, manhood at 21, that's the symbol America gives to manhood. You're a man now. That is not when you reach manhood. Manhood is.
Well, do y'all agree with that? You don't reach manhood past your early to mid 20s, or?
Well, I get what they was. This is a good way Steve kind of like segued it because they was talking about basically exploring yourself, finding yourself. Is that okay? Yeah. But it's like you still got to be safe about it. Like we was just saying, is it wrong for women to date around, to date a bunch of men? I don't think so. I don't have an issue with it, but if they're sleeping around with a bunch of men, that's going to have some consequences. So, I get what they're saying. And then also, I'm sure y'all heard that talking point before where, guys say women should marry, like 21 in their early 20s. That might not be best for some women. They might need some time to grow and mature, like maybe in mid 20s, late 20s, whatever. So I do think people should take that time to understand themselves and see what's out there first.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
It's
Hear
way
you.
away from 21, man. It got nothing to do with the number. That's it right there. So I think that's
They stopped the live
stream.
You can't play this one. You can't play this
All right.
one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take it down.
Yeah.
I just got a notification said it was interrupted.
Oh, no.
I think it's still going.
Yeah, it's still
it'll
going.
pop back up once you get to. It'll give it a little bit more time. It'll pass.
Okay.
It'll pass. So and you can go on to something else after that, but yeah.
Well, and you know what sucks is he was really getting to a part that I really wanted to hear the man address because I'm very piqued to now hear if he's saying that 21 you're not an adult and to extend marriage, which I can agree. What is going to happen to people then? Because if you aren't getting married, then everybody's going to stay a virgin until.
That's what I said. That if you're not going to marry, if you're not going to be with somebody with intentions for marriage, what's the point of even being with them? Because it's for pleasure. It's for pleasure because the whole point is to procreate. But if you're going to procreate, you should be married, right? So what are we? So and then you want to say it's a whole phase? Well, all y'all hoes then. You want to be in a situationship, but you don't really. There's it's. They say it's a situationship or friends with benefits, which is stupid. It's just a title, just another way to say a nigga got a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Just stupid shit.
I'm gonna tell you, Lucky says something maybe 3 months ago, and it sat with me. She legit said being a girlfriend is a trick.
Absolutely.
And I was like, you know what? As a wife, I can honestly say you probably, if you want to be married and that person has no interest in marriage, do not sleep with them. Do not engage. And I do believe that more women should be denying more sexual access. And the men that are worried about the body counts, we're going to help y'all out. You're going to get less sex.
Because the thing is that remember, like you're allowing
hypocrisy. That is some hypocrisy.
You're allowing someone into your body and you're receiving them. So the more people that you sleep with, that's the more energy you're getting. Different types of energy. It's affecting you on an everyday basis. It's on some other shit. It's just not some you don't just get. Pregnancy is the least of my worries. You should know, but you should use protection, right? However, outside of that, there's energy that you take on. Those people sleep with other people. You're taking on other people's energies that you don't even understand.
You know I teach yoga, so
I know you understand what I'm saying. Yes.
Personally, I don't think people can have sex casually.
No,
I
I don't
don't
think so
think
either.
man or woman. And just as much as you trying to say, hey, he's inserting, and you know what, you're putting your whole manhood in a woman that might be vile and evil, and you're going to pick up some spirits. She gonna have the snatch back that keeps on giving, and you might not never get a cough. But
and what they say,
That's
Tiff,
a good phrase. The snatch that
Give me
keeps
1
on
second.
giving.
Give me 1 second. And what do they say? They crazy coochie is the best coochie. They say that. I'm gonna go on
That's
mute.
what I hear, but I'm not gonna take a chance on it. But
It
coochie crazy and my
certainly
man
is.
crazy too. Yeah.
But okay, I'm gonna go to hypocrisy. You said women like sex, right? There are women.
intimacy.
Yeah, yeah. No, they like intimacy, but they like
Yes,
sex too.
we enjoy it. Yes, but we don't
And
use men.
there
We don't
are.
use men as
Yes, y'all
objects for
do.
sexual.
Yes, y'all do. There are women that sleep with
No,
men
no,
that
no.
they
Hold on.
find it.
They use men for they
Wait.
use men
Say
for
again.
money.
Wait,
Hang
wait.
on, like there are women who sleep with men who they find attractive. And
Right.
sometimes they don't even care about having a relationship. Sometimes, but
Mhm.
usually they change their mind. But they enjoy having sex with whoever they want. So, I mean, I get what you're saying that like you should like only have sex in a confines of a marriage or something that will lead to that. But not everybody moves like that or operate like that.
I agree, but based on what y'all are saying, if I have to advise single women, what the best advice would be: do not sleep with them unless they're going to marry you. Because if you do sleep with them, you're going to suffer for it. You are
Because
either
like
going to be called a whore, because if that doesn't work out, you get with somebody else, and so now we're working up that body count. So she has a low body count. Guess what? Don't sleep with him unless he marries you.
Tiff. Okay, so he says that like the hoes are bad, right? But if he gets with a woman and is friends with benefits and he sleeps with her, it's okay. She's not a hoe because they friends with benefits. Even though she could be sleeping with another man, it's okay. She not a hoe because they friends with benefits.
you
It's a
twisted what
title.
I said. You twisted what I said. That's not what I said exactly. I said
That's exactly
friends
what
with.
he fucking
No,
meant.
it's not. I'm gonna
It
say
might not be
exactly
what
what
he
I said.
said, but that's what he
No,
fucking
no,
meant.
that's not what I said or meant. I said that men look at friends with benefits and a hoe as something different. Like a hoe, you
It's the
don't really
same
care
thing.
about. No,
It's
it's
still
not.
a body, though,
Like,
right?
no, it's
It's
not the
not. He
same.
want to run up the
I'm
good
trying.
girl. He
I'm
Wait.
want to
trying to
run.
get
Hold on,
into it.
hold on. He
No,
want to run
I'm
up
So
the good
trying
girl
to
body
get to
count.
it.
He want to
No,
run
I'm
up the
trying to
good
get.
girl body.
No,
Listen,
it's not
he
like
want to
that all
run
the
up the
time.
good girl body. He wants to
One
run
at a
up the
time,
good girls.
please. One
Okay,
at a
Yes,
time.
let me land my plane.
he wants to run up the good girl's body count, but she not a hoe though because they had a title with friends with benefits.
No, it's more to it. Then
Stop the cap.
you be doing like these spin moves. The reason why it's different is because, like I said, if you consider her
If you
friends with
can't
benefits,
handle
let
mental
me land the plane.
gymnastics,
Let me land the plane,
if you
Red. Let me
can't
land the
if
plane.
you
Let me
can't
speak
handle
my
Thank you,
mental
piece. Let me
Red.
speak my
gymnastics,
Let
just
him
piece.
say that.
Let me speak my piece. Let me land the plane. So the difference is that with a friends with benefits, you may have a history, like y'all were in a relationship and now y'all are exes, but y'all still cool. Y'all still good friends. Or maybe it's just a chick you vibe with, you're cool with, you respect. The key thing is
Oh,
you
okay.
respect, y'all have
Right.
some type of connection.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't look at her as just a hoe. You look at her as like
Oh.
a friend that you can also do that
Oh.
with, but
Uh-huh.
you may not want to go there for whatever reason.
Uh-huh.
A
then why waste
hoe is
our time?
hang on, let me land the plane.
No,
A
hold
hoe is
on.
different. A hoe, you just don't care.
These planes been falling apart lately. So go ahead. You got it.
A hoe, you don't care. Meaning like you don't care to be honest, or you'll tell her exactly what it is. Hey, I just want to have fun, do my thing. That's it. A hoe, you probably won't even want to go out on dates with. A hoe, you probably don't want to be seen with. a hoe you don't want to like meet your family.
Like a 2?
Like,
Like a 2 or 3?
yeah, if you messing with a 2 or 3,
Huh?
maybe.
I think
So hang on, there's a difference. So I disagree with Red. They're not one and the
You're
same.
using a woman for sexual gratification,
It's a
and that is the worst
difference.
thing.
It's not a
No,
That's
difference.
kind of
that's
what
the
she
worst thing you
wants.
can do as
It's
a
not a
man is
difference.
use a
It's
woman as a sex
hey,
doll. That's crazy.
you
No,
really
it's a
are you.
difference.
It's no. Essentially, you're
And
using her as a
that's what makes you
masturbation
a
tool.
No,
hoe.
how
She's a
is it? Okay,
masturbation
we're
tool.
friends. It's mutual. It's
She's
not,
the
I'm taking
masturbation
advantage of her.
tool.
She wants to sleep with me too. It's
You're wasting
mutual.
her time. You're adding a
No, we
body
have,
count.
no, it's
Hold
not.
on.
Sensual.
Okay. Okay, let
You
me
are
say something real quick before. Let
okay.
me say
Go
this
ahead.
real quick. I kind of see what Leo was saying because when you think about it, if a
Oh
woman
my God.
deliberately signs
Mhm.
up to be a friends of benefits, fuck boy, fuck girl, or whatever, don't you think that that's on her because she signed on for that? Because let's face it, some of y'all, I'm not saying y'all specifically, but some of y'all be wanting that kind of treatment. Some of y'all want to be a friends. I've had women tell me, I'm too busy for relationships. Let's just take things slow. In other words, she wants some friends with benefits. I've heard
No,
that line
okay,
before
like,
a few times.
okay, no,
So some
no,
women
let me,
want that kind of stuff. We're not
hang
taking
on, let me,
advantage of it. It ain't
let me
hard.
go here. Like, yeah, I could go here, like, with triple
One at a
black was
time,
saying,
one at a time.
what triple black was saying, where, like, you have chicks that are married or already in relationships and they want to be cool and want you to be their
Married.
side dude.
Married.
Yes.
You
Yes.
you're
This happens in real
telling a
life.
woman
Then you're an adulterer and you're her
exactly.
paramour.
You're
No, I'm
telling a
not
woman
saying
you're
I
not
engage. I'm just saying, okay, calm down. I'm just saying it as just, I'm giving you an
but she not a
example,
hoe
right?
because she
It's the
married,
plain
right? All
language
No,
these
I'm
mixed
of
saying,
signals.
and
To
that,
say a woman
but
is a hoe is
I'm
crazy.
saying dudes will look at that as a hoe because they don't respect that.
Okay, so you're done, right?
Yeah.
You all
You're
over the
done.
place,
Yes.
and you
Okay.
No,
gaslighting
I'm
like
not.
a
I'm making
motherfucker.
perfect
You
sense, and
are
you keep trying to
fucking
spin everything I say into something
no,
crazy.
man.
Oh,
Oh
go
no.
ahead.
So what I'm gonna say is
Can
this.
I
When
tell a story? Can I tell
please,
a
just
story?
please, real quick, if you are sleeping
Go
with a
ahead.
woman, if men are this concerned with body counts, if you want to be a good brother to the other men out here, stop sleeping with women that ain't your woman and you have no intentions of making her. Don't you add another notch to this new man's his future wife. You are sleeping with somebody's wife if she ain't yours, so get out of her nana.
Makes no sense.
Get out of her nana. You
Li-
don't
I
li-
agree with
gotta,
you.
don't
You
touch.
Listen.
already know you're not supposed to be in there any fucking way.
Ooh
But you want to
nana.
still right. He still
She
want to
ain't
fuck with the
yours.
married woman. That's
Ooh
crazy.
nana.
No, I
Who
don't.
said
I
they want
just
to fuck
use
with a
that as
married
an
woman?
example.
It's
Why
the
don't you
worst
just
thing
understand a point?
It's the
Understand
worst
a
thing
point. Stop taking it
ever.
personal and getting in your feelings. I just made a point, a
Oh yeah,
general
ain't
example.
nobody in your
Can,
feelings.
can,
You're the one that's in
can
your
you
I'm
feelings because
not.
you cited a
Hold
dumbass
on.
I'm getting
Ed,
example.
Ed, I got
no
to
of
stop you
you
for a
spinning
second. I got to
everything
Married
get.
into
to that.
something crazy.
panel
Go
domination?
ahead, Leo. Go
Um,
ahead.
No, but
panel
okay.
domination.
I'm trying to be
Nobody.
respectful. Like,
No.
that's just a
Nobody.
general point that happens. I'm not saying I personally do it so you guys can jump on me about it. I'm saying in general, stuff like that happens. And I'm trying to explain to you people's mindsets with it. That's it. Listen to understand, not just to respond and fuss with me. I'm done.
I
Go
mean,
ahead.
We hear you,
I
and
mean,
we're
but
not
the thing about
fussing.
but
We're not
Okay,
sexy red
Red,
fussing at
and the
all.
other
respond.
girl is
We hear
dominating the
you, but we
panel.
hear you because the
You-
whole conversation was can a woman
they're
have a hoe
dominating the
face?
panel.
And you're adding on to a hoe. You're making her a hoe because that
But they're
body
No,
don't
I'm
dominating the
not.
matter to
panel.
She's
you.
making herself
I
a
mean,
hoe.
a particular dude,
She is, nobody's making her a hoe. She's making herself a hoe.
you
Women
are. You're
have
the
the
one who's
choice.
touching her.
No, women sleep
Yes,
around. What are you talking about? There's
You
married
got
women that cheat on their husband. There's women in relationships that cheat on their boyfriend. There's women that's got side dudes and they purposely do it and they know what they're doing. Nobody's making them a hoe.
you
That they're
are.
choosing to
You're
do that.
defiling this
No,
woman.
that's you not taking accountability for the actions you do and trying to
You're
spin it into
defiling
something
her.
else.
You're
Accountable for your own actions and trying to spin it into some bullshit.
no, you're
us
defiling
men.
her.
No,
Wow.
us men need to
How?
start
These
exploring.
are chicks that consent to doing this. These are chicks that plan to do this. How are you spending it to? Oh, it's just the men doing this to the women. That's bullshit. I don't even understand that
Because
point.
the men should be married. They need to choose a
No,
woman and make a
y'all
legacy
are
with those
being
women.
very
Hold on.
biased and
Hold
Can I
disingenuous.
finish?
Oh hell
Can I
no!
finish,
Hell
please?
no!
Well, let me
Hell no!
Men should be
hold
able
on. Let me
to.
say something real quick.
Let
Okay,
me see
I'll let you
something.
go after. I'll let you go after I say this, Red. Now, from what I'm listening to everybody, it seems like y'all putting all the accountability on men.
Yes. Oh,
That's
it's just
that's
the
what I've
men
been
doing
noticing.
whores and
Thank
making
you,
the
Leo.
women the whores.
Let me
Like,
say
that's
this.
not
Hold
it.
on. Hold on a second, Leo. Hold on. It seems like y'all spent the. I'm not saying all of y'all, but y'all ladies spent this entire stream putting all the blame on the men. When the
Yes.
reality of the fact of the matter is, women and men are responsible. Why? Because women
Exactly.
sign on for these friends with benefits, fuck girl relationships. They agree to it, and the man goes along with it. Now, whoever
She's
gets
being
fucked
coerced.
over, that's on their asses. That's
She's
why I
being
say
Nancy,
this kind of
coerced.
stuff
That's
is
Nancy,
not for
complete.
everybody.
That's complete.
may I
That's
Gotta
speak?
complete
May I
understand.
speak
bullshit.
now?
This is
she's
why I
May I
say
being
speak now?
That's
choose your
coerced.
complete
Red. Hold
She's
on a
being
second,
bullshit.
my
coerced.
girl. Hold on.
It's complete
I mean,
bullshit.
hold on.
You're
Let me.
pandering now.
Somebody says I'm capping. Okay, I'll address that later.
No,
Okay,
you're
the
pandering.
man and
You're
the woman
pandering.
are responsible because they
No,
both
you're
choose and
pandering.
own
You're
for this kind of
pandering.
stuff.
May I
That's all
speak?
I'm saying. You
If
can't
we
put
can
it
do
all
both,
on the men. We're
Hustler,
not.
hustler. So
one second.
who runs the world? Who runs the world? Men or women?
Men.
Nobody run the world but God.
Oh, okay.
Just saying.
No, men. Okay, so who built the world? Men.
Men built
Yes.
the world. Yes.
Men built the world and
So
but
then
the
you will
women
you will
provided the
control it,
people who
right?
built the world. But anyway, on top of that,
Men built the
Bro,
world. Women cultivated the world.
Okay.
We
got it.
are going
So
in
I
circles,
didn't finish my
arguing
point.
against their
Leo,
biases.
I never finished
I
my point.
see.
Let me land my plane. So if
Okay.
men run the
Yes.
world and they understand the value of their essence, their seed, when it comes to women, why do they freely give it so freely to hoes? It doesn't make sense.
Okay, yes, it does. Men, males in general, are wired to reproduce, meaning they want to have sex. They're
You
going to
all
have
are
sex.
parrots. You all have no original thought at all. And that is where
No,
you
that's just
lack.
the reality of what it is. Like, I don't know what you want to hear. Like, the reality is that yes, men will sleep around, but there are some men who can have sexual discipline. Sexual discipline is something you can have either through your own volition, like through religion, your own morals,
But
maybe your experiences, maybe, hang on, maybe you're a male that had a whole phase and you realize it wasn't for you, or you've grown tired of it, and now you just don't want to engage in that, and now you're disciplined, right? That's the reality of it.
but the thing about it
Okay,
is,
hold
you
on.
cannot
All
you
right, all right.
cannot
On this
you
topic
can't
before
be
we on
held
this
accountable.
oh,
You can
hold
hold
on.
up.
Whoa. Let's move on to the next aspect of this. We've been on this shit for damn near an hour.
Yes,
Okay.
please. I'm tired of arguing against their bias and
Can I say
misconceptions.
You
something?
ain't shit, nigga.
Okay, then. Let me
No,
hold
Andrew,
on.
I'm killing y'all.
Can I
I'm
say
You
killing
something?
really
y'all. Y'all
not.
have not been able to debunk me
You
or
really
even
don't.
trump any point.
You hold on, sexy girl. We
But
can't talk
but
over each
you
other.
guys, I
It's women.
mean, the thing about it is, you guys let all the women get off. They
The
get
world
off
class.
like,
Check your
oh,
stream, babe.
yeah, I'm about to right now. I just got
Oh,
back.
it's back. Oh, I don't know.
y'all,
Welcome to the
y'all
class.
don't get off. But what I'm saying is women, you need to be held accountable for the niggas that you let fuck you. Yeah.
Agreed. Okay. I'm gonna ask World Class because we haven't gotten to him. We've been arguing in circles about all types of stuff. So I think that both men and women really shouldn't engage in it, but I think you should be accountable for it. You shouldn't try to blame each other for your whole phase. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I mean, World Class. What do you think?
Repeat it. What am I doing?
So yeah. So, do you think you're accountable for your whole phase and that it can affect you, man or woman? Like, my whole point is just that it just affects us differently, right? I'm not saying it's better for men to do it. I'm just saying men are affected by it differently than women. That's all I'm saying. That's what I've been saying the whole stream. Instead of going in circles about, oh, let's talk about men who rape women. Let's talk about men who make whores. Let's talk about men who are gay. Let's keep this conversation on track and make it make sense.
Welcome to
Why you clapping your
Hang
hands?
on, I'm asking World Class a question. Let me ask World Class a question.
Don't clap your hands.
So, do you think?
Hold on, Red. I gotta mute you. Hold on. Go ahead.
Because I'm gonna keep this conversation on track and make it make sense. Do you think you should be accountable for your actions if you have a whole phase?
Always. You always should be accountable for your actions in all situations.
Like it would be silly. Like it would be silly if a man told me that, oh, all these women were seducing me. You know, they were throwing themselves at me. I couldn't help myself. You didn't have to sleep with them. You didn't have to get them pregnant.
That's fact.
Like that, it would be silly if a man said that. So to me, the opposite is true. If a woman saying, "Oh, all these men are making us whores," that's silly. No, women are doing that to themselves.
You're capping though. You're capping.
Okay.
You're capping.
Now let's move on to the next part of this topic.
No. Let me tell you how he's capping. Because the thing about it is once you dive into that pussy,
why do you sound like you're downstairs? What? What did you?
No, I'm just saying. No, don't do that. Don't do that, bro. No, don't do that.
Worst mics.
No, when I tell you, it's so hard to hear you. I don't even know what you're saying.
It's awful. He got his Bluetooth.
You heard me. I mean, you guys hear me.
World Class. His
I hear your
Bluetooth
voice.
from 2006.
No, you heard me.
The Bluetooth from 2006. He can't update his.
Triple Black. Triple Black, I'm gonna need you to fix your mics. I'm gonna drop you down and try to come back with the mic fix. All right, he'll be back. Come back when that mic is fixed.
Marie, this your fault.
So you had another video you was gonna show?
I would show another video, but it got suspended on my end. So let's hope this doesn't happen again.
Just don't let the clip run too long.
So that you can do that, or what you can do is just play the audio and leave us up.
Don't even. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't even do that.
But this is a 30-second clip.
I wouldn't.
This is a 30-second clip.
What is it from? It depends on what it's from.
Don't do 30. Do 15. Stop and then say something. Just break it up.
Is it Steve Harvey? If it's Steve Harvey, don't do that. Don't go back because they're gonna suspend the stream again. Obviously, whatever copyright he has with it, I wouldn't proceed with that at all because it'll suspend your stream again.
Yeah, and it's only a minute and 10 seconds left, I think.
Yeah, but those are bigger, bigger media companies, so they're a little bit more stricter. Yeah.
At the end of it, it's only a minute left, so based on what Steve was saying, I think where y'all went with the 21 and marriage, I thought that was a fruitful conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I agree. Because some guys in this space, it's a talking point I somewhat disagree with. Say women should marry at 21 in their early 20s. I don't necessarily agree with that. They may need time to grow, understand themselves, mature, be sure of what they're doing and what they're getting themselves into. So that's something I agree with. I don't what do you guys think? Do you think women should marry in their early 20s?
I'm gonna say mid-20s. That's too young.
I still think early 20s because we need to raise children to kind of groom them for marriage. And but I think what it needs to couple that is to take over an estate. We don't provide them that. They just too focused on what they like. They, when I say they, it's 20-year-olds too focused on what you like versus the duties you have to the bloodline that kept you alive for 2 decades. It's too much about consumerism. So I think if that's coupled with that, along with value systems that's supportive to good character, where mistreatment, I'm not gonna say it's an afterthought, but it's less likely to to occur when both families understand, because the marriage is about families coming together, not some girl and some boy living a life they want to. Like, that's not what it's about. It's about two families coming together. So I think it being early makes sense when you're raising children to end up being 20-year-old to take over estates.
My son is 27, and I do not believe he's even at this point very responsible, not ready for marriage, and I would not recommend any young woman. No, at 27, he's not ready. Because here's the thing, y'all don't how he's talking about marriage. I want my son to be prepared. I want him to go into it having traveled, having done the things so that he's settled within marriage. Because what happens again is a lot of times people do this. Marriage is beyond just love. I want my son to be a responsible husband. So I want him to be prepared mentally and ready for a family because he is a man and he will have to lead. And if he's not prepared now, why would I encourage him knowing the work that goes into a relationship, specifically a marriage?
Okay. I mean, I agree. I agree with you, Tupacracy, but you will find it interesting that some women don't agree with that. You know, they feel like a man should know when he's ready and just step up to the plate and do it. And I agree with you that, like, I feel like men should marry a little bit older, maybe like in their 30s. When they're stable, they're more mature, they know how to operate within a relationship. You know, if they had a whole phase or whatever they did, they got it out their system and they're ready to settle down. But some people disagree. Some people think you should do it young as possible, to raise families. You know, I mean, that's how they did it back in the day. But things are different now.
Well, and I think that's the other thing that we really need to be very honest about is we need to probably restructure and reimagine marriage because my grandparents were married in teens, right? And these people had 10 kids and they worked the same job and they were married forever. And that's not the world that we live in anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And what World Class was just saying, a lot of times we had families that supported the marriage. So even if you were married, you still had a better village to even facilitate if people got mad or argued or different things. I don't think marriage is anything you should do solo. Like as a couple, that's y'all's marriage, but you still need community and you still need guidance. And it's a lot of because there is such a lack of marriage, especially with Black men. I think classes, I think, and I'm not saying anything that I didn't do. We went through Christian counseling, we did secular counseling, we read books together, and we had been together for years. But we both understood that this marriage took it up a notch. And what people don't say is like, marriage is not the destination, that's when the work starts.
I agree. This was something I was trying to tell like my cousins and my coworkers because some of them be like they got three boyfriends and they don't kind of know how to like problems like in a relationship. Like their usual solution is, oh, I'm gonna go find me another dude. And I think with that mindset, you're just gonna be jumping around. It's why they've always have boyfriends that are like for 6 months to a year, and now the next year they got a new boyfriend. So the times we live in is very different. Like I think it'd be really hard to go back to the old school way where people married young and just worked it out and figure it out.
Right. Well, I don't think they were very happy marriages though, right? So it's different. And this is the other thing. Why do you want to be married? Are you having marriage because you truly want to be married, honor God, or is it like the family structure, or are you wanting to be married because you want a pretty wedding day? Like when people tell me to be married, the first thing I'm asking is, what is your mission?
Yeah, like some people might want to be married
just for the experience. Just for a wedding day.
That's not good.
Or you might have guys who, and I understand it, they want a family, and that's good that you want to have a family within the confines of a marriage. But then it's like, are you ready for it? Like, are you ready to take on that responsibility? So, yeah, I think things are definitely different today.
And what you're just saying. The other thing is, do you want to be a husband and do you want to be a wife? Because these are roles, not titles, right? And within that,
Absolutely.
do you both decide? Like, marriage is where two people are serving each other. If you have no desire to serve another person, you probably should not be getting married.
Oh, you can't even say that
that's
to
a
some young
problem
people.
really
Because
can't.
like they look
Because
at
nowadays,
they look at it as like cooking and
they can't
cleaning,
never-
as like, oh, this man expects me to be a maid.
No. Wait. Serve. That serve does not mean servitude.
Slave.
It doesn't mean servitude, because you're talking about domestic things, and you could domestically, how you run your home that's between you and you and the spouse. Just because you're a woman doesn't mean you automatically do the cooking and the cleaning. If that is what y'all negotiate, then that's fine. But there are plenty of men that cook. There are plenty of men that clean. I do not get into these gender roles, because cooking and cleaning is a life skill. That's not a gender thing. Everybody eats. Everybody should have a clean home, and everybody should contribute to the house. Even if it's your contribution is you can't cook a lick, we got a chef. Or she orders the bomb.com Uber Eats. Or, hey, we have a maid service. So I'm definitely not going to go into that, because one of the reasons why you see less marriage is because women are understanding that second shift has been assigned to women. So they will go to work and then have to come home and work more, and it's not desirable. So what you see women saying is like, I don't want to labor even more. I'm gonna opt out.
Yeah, but
or you can also stay at home.
I think I had a conversation. I look at it as like it's like equal contribution, right? It's like, this is your part, this is my part. Sometimes we may do each other's roles. It's just like whatever gets us through the situation and help us in this relationship. But some people, they take offense to it. So
I just, this shit is fucking annoying, bro. Like, y'all opting out. You're gonna take the roles that's assigned to you at work, shit that you don't own and never will own, but the stuff that you do own, you're gonna take that as vacation time. If it work at work, why don't they work at home? That's not a smart thing to do or say. It's really incompetent.
What are you saying? Because if
When
I
you're
go to
assigned
work and I get paid, then I'm getting paid for my labor. When I come home, if I have to labor, then I should be either getting paid by virtue of how we treat each other, i.e. serving each other, or I get to opt out.
Right. So when you go in the house, it's a conveyor belt there. So the conveyor belt, you just lay on the conveyor belt, and then like the food just fixes itself. The house cleans itself. So it's like I know y'all used to talking to. I'm not talking to me is gonna be dramatically different from talking to somebody else. Everything that has to do with maintenance is labor.
Okay.
If you believe in the Bible, your God told Adam, the first man, to do what?
I don't believe in the
Lay on
Bible.
the conveyor belt. Okay, cool. Okay, your white. Okay, your white. The white man and run the system. The white man and run the system. He said, just lay in the house and just get a check, or you got to go to work to get.
What are you talking about?
What world do y'all exist in where labor is not a standard for being a human?
Nobody's saying they don't want to labor.
So why do you think you have a right to have a not? Why do you think you have a right to have a feeling to not labor at home?
I absolutely have a right. If it's my home, mine, and I'm a single woman, and all I have to do is take care of me, guess who I'm taking care of? Me. If I am now partnered and we are taking care of each other, then we should be taking care of each other. And as a husband, you should never want me to be so beaten down and labored that now I'm so tired, I don't want to have sex with you. I have a lot of resentment because I feel like I'm the only person in the home giving, and that becomes an issue.
Okay. Okay. If you had, if you,
I don't understand why they don't understand that, and I'm not even married.
if your feelings for you as a human being that breathes air leads
Nobody
you to
cares about
thinking you
feelings.
shouldn't labor, nobody should care about your feelings. You don't have a right to think you shouldn't be laboring at any part of life. I don't understand why y'all think that shit makes sense.
Well, you don't have to.
And you're like a double-minded man can hope to receive nothing from the Lord.
Double-minded.
You got labor means something to you at work, but then you go home and then labor is bad. So labor is bad at work, then, right?
No, I said a woman should not have to do a second shift. So when
Based
I'm
off
at
what?
work and it's my job and I'm clocking in, when I clock in, I'm clocking in, right? I'm at work. This is my job. When I come home, if I don't want another job, i.e. a husband, I don't have to have
Great.
one.
So if you don't have a husband, you in there by yourself. I asked you, when you crack that door where you live at, is it a conveyor belt that you just lay on and you don't do shit? You don't wash your ass. You don't clean the motherfucking house. You don't cook. It's some shit it's labor. Labor doesn't change its meaning because you compartmentalize.
I'm laboring.
You're going to have to labor to take care of your ass. You're going to have to labor to take care of somebody else. Somebody labor to keep your ass alive for you to be 30, 40 years old. So what? Okay, cool. Food, that doesn't change the concept of what I'm saying.
And a parent is supposed to parent. So again,
so you have to labor irrespective if you are with a husband or not. So you go home and you quit on the people that are there in the household because you're going to make them pay that you had to work at work that you decided to do. You got a second shift because you decided to go work. So you go home and you quit on the people that you call your family? The fuck? What are we talking about right now?
Okay, hold on.
A man that doesn't understand what.
Hold on.
It's okay.
I think what world class is. I think what world class is saying is whether you're single or married, the labor never stops, whether it's at home or at work,
regardless.
And like May Reed just said, even married women complain about taking care of a house and kids all alone after coming home from work. So you can't just do it all by yourself all the time. It's still going to be some work in it with or without a partner. That's what he's saying. The labor does not stop, you know.
And you know what? If I'm a single woman and I don't want to labor, guess what? What did I just mention? A chef. I don't want to cook. I'm going to have a chef. Boom. I don't want to clean.
Well, do what you want when you're single, but when you got a husband in the household, you got to cater to them and you have kids.
It's a lot of.
That's what I'm saying. If I got to do all the work, I might as well be single. If he can't afford all this shit, I might as well be single.
You have to work regardless. So you're gonna go home, you gonna have a child in front of you and watch you be lazy?
No, I don't have to have children.
What do you learn how to work from if your mom gonna be lazy?
No children. I'd rather die. No children. No husband. I'd rather die alone. Seems happier.
Okay, I guess Kevin Samuels won.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm very married and love being married. However, there are often times my husband, you know what? You don't have to cook or. Oh, I got that. If I was married to a man that felt like he didn't never have to wash a dish or cook a meal, I wouldn't have married him.
Exactly.
You're not stuck in the 1700s. Fuck
like
you
it's
mean?
it is. Some of y'all sound very. It's like, let me just say this, and here's my confusion, right? I'm going to direct this to Hustler and Green Hat. Leo.
Hustler and Muscular.
Yeah. So here's my confusion, right? So I've been listening and it's like, okay, you don't want a woman to have too many bodies. Okay, got it. We've heard a man also say, well, if you have too many, if she's too good at sex, you thinking something is wild and wacky. So this girl could have said, you know what? I don't have a lot of partners, but when I get married or I find my person, I want to please my husband. So I'm going to learn Kama Sutra. But in your wicked, silly ass mind, you too scared because you think she done been out with how she know how to do all of this. God
exactly.
Damn. Like, what do you want? Because you don't want a person that got too many bodies, but you don't really want a virgin because a virgin ain't finna be with all the shits that some of y'all be wanting to do. So
hold on a second. I can explain that. Let me try to explain that. Now, granted, in your defense and you in Red's defense, yes, it is a bit unrealistic for a man to say he wants a woman that's a pure virgin in this day and age. Because let's face it, everybody over the age of 30 done fucked somebody. We all done fucked somebody by now. You 25, 30 years old, you done fucked somebody. So we're not looking for 100% purity. But at the same time, we don't want the hoe for the street that's been fucking, I don't know, the post office worker, the pool guy, the coworker, the work husband, or whatever the fuck. We don't want
that is some made up ass shit.
We don't want. Hold on, we don't want
Black
no
women
chick that's
wasn't doing
been
that
around
shit.
the
Black
block.
women's at work. They couldn't be fucking on no milkman or no postman. They was at work.
He's fucking at work.
Well, that's the point. That's why they put women in the workplace so they want to go out there doing all this shit. Like we talked about in the last stream, Red. Remember? Yeah, she remembers.
I see what's happening here. I see what's happening here.
We want a balance. Let me explain it like that. We want a balance of maybe she can have a body count of 3. Good enough for me. I mean, if she knows some sexual stuff here and there, that doesn't mean she's a hoe. How she moves determines if she's a hoe. If she's flaunt her sex for everybody, then that makes her a hoe.
No, that's not true.
It's just layers to wholeness. Put it like that.
No, you niggas be weird.
It's layers to wholeness.
It is. They just weird when it comes to
How
sex.
the fuck is it weird, woman? Okay, whatever.
I just find
y'all.
Okay,
It's like
you
they
know,
like sexuality. It's the Madonna horror complex.
It's not even that though. But here's the thing. And when I listen to black men talk, I often will like visualize a couple of women that I know when I say these names. Oh, baby, they're gonna be so hurt. They cannot stand Megan Thee Stallion because she owns her sexuality. They can't stand it.
Is that really why they can't stand her?
Don't like
everybody.
I don't like Cardi B, but she's another one that kind of. There are women that are.
Owning your sexuality.
I don't know. Go ahead. The world class. I don't know what you're talking about. But Hustler, you and I and Leo, we're actually having an honest conversation.
What the hell is owning your sexuality?
I do not do like vileness, and like if we can have original and honest conversations.
You see what he said to me, girl? I guess Kevin Samuels was right.
I said no. I said I guess he won. What is owning your sexuality? What the hell is that shit?
I'm glad he did.
Who said what is owning your
y'all
sexuality?
YouTube daddy?
What is owning your sexuality? What is that? That's not a talking point.
Megan Thee Stallion is a hoe.
She a virgin?
Nah, she a hoe.
But the crazy part is if they had access to her and they could have sex with her, they would. It's so
Yeah, I mean,
so stupid.
I want to know what owning your sexuality is. I don't know.
But the only thing that they
everybody
can
else
get,
is on sale.
all the fuck they can get is one to
Look
two.
it up.
Sexy
One
man,
to two.
he's not. Don't answer disingenuous question. If he doesn't know, the Google is free. We're on the internet.
What's have to do with the question I asked already? You asked me another question, like y'all doing Sharon panel.
No, I'm not. No. So
Okay.
Hustler, it's been really
Yes.
I really enjoy because I
Yeah,
just
no, Sharon doesn't let people respond. This not.
Hold on. Hypocrisy has something to say. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying I don't do the talking about other creators ever. If he's on this platform and they want to go back and forth, that's absolutely fine. But if I can be more man than him, that's fine. Most men don't talk about other men.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ!
Oh yes, we do.
Yeah. So on Sharon panel, he doesn't let other people answer the questions with a question you've been present
Yes,
for.
he
So
does.
that nigga has stopped them hundreds of times. So you're going to respond to my question. You're going to what a question? That's what you're doing right now. Because I wanted to know what that was. You told me to go define it. So I know you're not about to ask me another question.
Yeah, and kind of like what Maxie was saying, Meg and Cardi B don't look like marriage material. They don't have the look of someone who's marriage material. No, she was married.
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Can you guys hear me? Okay, damn. I was trying to get to Hypocrisy's question about like men say they want hoes. Well, they say they don't want hoes. Then they say they want virgins. Then they say they want a chick to be a freak in the bed. But then they saying they don't want her to have too high of a body count. It's not like that exactly. It's like men. Have you heard the saying men want a lady in the streets but a freak in the sheets, right? Like men want a chick that is freaky in the bed, but you don't necessarily have to be out there to be that, right? You could have just been a conservative woman and you just only been freaky with your man or your husband, and you just carry that on to the next relationship. So there's a difference, and I think we had a conversation about that last show, to where you don't need to sleep around to kind of get good at sex. Like you can develop that skill with just one person or just somebody you're really into, or you don't need to like sleep around with multiple people to, people say, find themselves or understand themselves. You don't need to do that. You could do that with self-evaluation, self-reflection, you thinking about the choices you made and how it affects you, and you being honest with yourself. You said have an honest conversation. That's being honest with yourself. So I just think that there's like a misunderstanding of men's perspective on, women that are hoes and women that men would take serious. Like women don't understand what's the difference between the two. As men, we do, but I get that from y'all perspective, y'all don't see the difference.
How you gonna tell me what I understand and what the fuck I don't know?
Because I've listened to a whole bunch of women say a whole bunch of stuff that is not true about men from men's perspective. So that means that they're constantly misunderstanding men's perspective. So this is literally from listening to y'all and
Red, calm
watching to
down.
y'all. So, what I said was on point. So I just, explained it kind of perfectly. I'm not going to be taken off track. I'm going to stick to what I was saying. It's just that we just look at sex. We look at sex differently than men and women do. That's basically it.
Why are you acting like that? Relax.
Yeah, like Red, you're being mad disruptive. It's very annoying.
Don't gaslight me, brother.
No, you're the one gaslighting and spinning everything the men say into something crazy and then arguing from that instead of staying on topic and staying on track with the conversation. That makes it really hard to kind of keep the conversation fluid and going and make sense. It's just going all over the place.
Hold on. Let's move on to the last question before I shut it down. I've been up here for 3 hours. Oh boy.
They don't even let me talk and then say that I'm whatever. That's
yeah, we listened to you rant about how men are to blame for everything and men are whores.
Okay.
Go ahead, Hustler.
Yeah, that's kind of what you did, but we gotta.
That's what she Hustler. That's what she's done the whole screen. Men are whores. Everything is men's fault. Yes. Let's talk about how men are fucked up. It's men's bullshit. This, that, and the third. And it's like, it's not what she's saying. It doesn't have some truth to that, but the conversation is not entirely about that. The conversation is about just how we see how the whole phase affects men and women. And like I've been trying to just get that conversation to just stay there instead of just going all over the place. I can't help it if you're so much of a scatterbrain and can't control yourself.
Why did you do she didn't do a personal diss, and also you do realize she dropped off. Hopefully she comes back.
No, I'm not personally dissing, but that's hypocrisy. That's annoying when like
I get it.
That's annoying when somebody constantly is spinning and gaslighting what you're saying and like purposely misunderstanding what you're saying. It's annoying. Like, because I know for a fact I explained everything clearly. So
okay, please don't interrupt me. Let me get this out, and then we'll let Hustler close out with the last question. She dropped down because she's frustrated, and I understand it. Though you may be irritated, you do have to realize that she was one single woman here with a voice of 4 other men. So she's been fighting for space. That's one. 2, she's saying let her back up, Hustler. Leo, I understand that you're passionate, but you both have been kind of going back and forth at each other. And I'm glad that you clarified what I was asking. So I thank you for answering the question. But I just want to make sure that, please be fair, right?
I am being fair because I'm not saying men are perfect and men don't do bullshit. I've said plenty of times that men can be just as fucked up and just as grimy and just as stupid as women can be. It's like neither one of us are perfect. We both have issues. We both do bullshit. I don't like the bias talk to where, it's only the men that do this and all these problems are because of the men. Or when the guys be like, it's just the women that do this and all these problems are just because of the women. That's so biased. And it's annoying because it's hard to have a genuine, truthful conversation because now you're just spending the whole screen arguing against somebody's bias.
I understand. I don't necessarily think it's even bias. I think it's processing from a different point of view. And maybe you feel like but her point of view is different. And you are asking a woman her particular thought parts. Does the whole face matter? She doesn't think that you
No, it's not just that. It's when I said like okay, sexual trauma, like because we talked about that early in the screen, like from the whole phase, can you develop some type of sexual trauma? And I'm like, yes, it affects men and women differently. But then when you say, oh, see, men be raping women and that's their trauma. What? Or, men just be using women and they don't care. That has nothing to do with how sexual trauma affects men and women differently. That's just you projecting your bias on me to argue about your bias. Right? I'm an emotionally intelligent guy. I know what you're doing. So I've been just trying to keep this conversation on track to where it makes sense and it's like a good conversation. Like me and you, Tupocracy, we had like some good little segments like about marrying young, right? You don't agree with it, I don't agree with it, right? It didn't go all over the place. That just irritates me. People who can't stay on track.
Well, I think everybody can probably do a better job of streamlining.
Asian,
I don't.
And again,
back.
I'm trying to be respectful, right? I haven't called anybody out their name or anything. I'm just saying that irritates me because it's hard to even keep the conversation going and kind of keep track of what we're talking about because it's all over the place. I don't like when a conversation is all over the place.
Well, I think communication is something we're all learning to do better and tightening up. But and the conversations are they're intense, right? Because you will get a bias, you will get in your corner, and a lot of times we as women feel like at this point now I gotta duke it out with you, and the desire to give concessions are
Okay,
not like.
hypocrisy. You got to listen to understand.
I
Like
hear you, babe.
understand my point of view, not
Yes.
just try to find some type of angle to fuss with it. And I
No,
try to
I'm listening
understand
with you,
your
dear.
point of view. Like to me, you're just to me that's just like you're just listening to respond to whatever I say.
I hear everything you said. You have emotional
You're wrong.
intelligence.
It's your
You're
fault.
frustrated that from you kind of felt like the conversation went all over the place. You also felt like she might have not been honest in some of the critique. I've heard everything you said, and I'm listening very well. But I also think every time you say that to somebody, the listen to me, make sure you're listening as well because the volleying back and forth, it's a communication style that you do.
The what?
Like a volley. Like when you play tennis, the back and forth is like you hit, I hit, you hit, I hit. If we're gonna have that kind of
But no,
conversation, that's
I
fine.
get it. The
Okay.
back and forth. I'm good for a healthy debate, not a
Okay.
toxic one, not
We're good.
a we all
Oh
over the
my gosh.
place.
Well,
We
sure.
fussing with each other. Like I'm trying to understand your point of view. You trying to understand mine.
Right.
Asian, if you ain't bringing sexy red up.
Yeah, they wanna she wants to come back.
I don't see her in the back no more.
Come back, sexy.
Yeah, I told her to come back. Well,
Yeah. What's
here's
the
my
last
last
question?
question.
Yeah.
Okay, do women and men go through whole phases for the same reasons? The
No.
same reason.
No.
And the
No.
reason why I asked that question is because I'm asking that question because I hear a lot of women say, I went through a whole phase so I can find myself, find out what I like sexually and what I can do sexually, how to learn about myself. But then you hear men go through their whole phase.
I accidentally dropped off.
It's
Sorry.
all good, Red. But
Yeah,
men
because
on
when
the
I
other
pressed
hand,
the start
hold
cam,
on,
it
Red,
dropped
I'm
me.
talking. But men go through a whole phase from what I understand because they're bored, they're horny, they're single, they want to get the dick satisfied. That's why I went through my whole phase. So I guess you could say that. I went through a whole phase for that reason because I was bored, single, horny, and wanted to get my dick sucked and fucked. So yeah. What do y'all think?
I
I'm gonna
mean, I
say
think
if I could go first real quick.
Go ahead, world class.
I'm gonna actually say they do. I'm gonna accept the whole face for a man thing for a second. I'm gonna say they do because I think both of them go on a
I'll be
whole
right
phase.
back.
I think both men and women go on the whole phase
But
based
I'm
off.
just gonna go on mute. I won't say anything else, okay? Because obviously I don't have a voice here.
Oh my god.
Wait a minute.
I'm gonna just say that men and women both go on the whole phase for the same reason, being that they have their expectations are wrong. They have wrong expectations. Um, whether it's too much expectations, too little, and then they get into the real world and it don't work the way they want, get hurt, and then they want to spite fuck to get their revenge back, get their lick back.
I see what you're saying, but I do think it. Yes, what you're saying, yes, but also I think that sometimes men are really encouraged to be a little bit more loose, and I think women typically they're sleeping around for love.
You said women are sleeping around for love?
I think a lot of women they believe they can weaponize sex and use it as like a connector.
I agree with you there.
I agree with her there.
We can agree there. Yeah, we can agree there.
I think that's the mistake.
I think both
times when y'all be like, "What's up with the whole stuff?" Like most women really, and I know it's dumb, but trust me, I won't say most. There are a lot of women that they believe like, "Oh, if I'm intimate with you, then you know I really like you." When in reality, y'all think the chick that whoever make you hold out the longest, she's the better thing because you had to work harder. So if women aren't taught that and they are loose, then they do end up having, it's not even a whole phase. They just have no, just sexual compliance of understanding in the world that we live in, right? Because everything in a perfect world, men and women could have sex the same, blah, 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 blah. But that's not the world that we live in. And because of that, when women attempt to use sex as a connector, they typically take an L.
Go ahead, Leo.
I mean, I agree with that.
It was on you, Leo. Go ahead. Or triple back.
You see they agree when a woman takes an L, but they never agree when a man takes an L.
Let me explain what I mean by that. So I agree with World Class and Hustler. I do think men just do it just to do it. Just because they want to get their dick wet, they want to try out all these different girls. Tupocracy was saying men are encouraged to do that. I agree with that. I've heard my brother and some of my friends was like, "Yo, you got to get it out your system," and they were telling me, have your fun, before you settle down. So, yeah, but I also think women, like Tupocracy was saying, it's like they do it out of love, like they want to feel loved through sex and intimacy, and then validation too. Because a lot of the times they feel like, okay, if you're willing to have sex with me, you want to be with me too. That's how they look at it. And then, like Tupocracy was saying, they tend to play themselves like that. So yeah, I just think that the reasons are not they're different, but I think just women are judged more for doing it. That's it.
Yeah. No, and so we can't agree. So we're in a good part. So we're all agreeing here. So let me ask this question. If you understand that, and you understand that the process that she's using may not be the best, then why would you not, if a person has gone through quote unquote this whole phase, she wasn't smart. She was stupid. She made dumbass choices. Now, mind you, I get it. Y'all saying y'all want loosey-goosey, but do y'all think that women want loosey-goosey? Don't nobody want no man that's been all around town.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? Be all around. Hold on. Can I say, may I speak?
Yes, ma'am.
Be all around town and still can't fuck. The stroke be still off. Ain't got no risk. I want y'all to know. First of all, I want y'all to know there will be an after stream after this, so I can really say what I want to say because I know I ain't gonna be able to stay here.
She can go in on y'all.
You can speak your piece, Red.
No, I can't.
Look, I can't play too much longer.
My co-host after all, so come on.
My husband gonna be back to the house, and we gonna do what grown married people do. Because I was married and nothing.
I might have to postpone it then.
I'm just gonna say no. I'm gonna say this though. Sexy, you say you don't want no husband. I'm just gonna tell you, you ain't had no real sex till you had sex with your husband.
You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm celibate, man. It's been like 2 years. It's been like 2 years now. I might relapse.
Don't relapse. No,
I know, but I have to. I gotta, check the engine. You know what I'm saying? Make sure
if
everything
you
work
don't
right.
go get a
And then go
rose,
back. Girl, no. You gotta get it checked.
Don't get a new body. Is you
No. It doesn't even matter.
Body.
It doesn't even matter. When is after
you know what?
stream?
You said new body, but seriously, if quite honestly, if your body count counts, then women have got to at least have that one person that they keep. If you're gonna be doing it, you better be doing it with just one, because if not, you're defiled.
You need a friend with benefit, right?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm just gonna stay celibate, because I'm gonna get shamed either way. If I fuck, I'm gonna get shamed. If I don't fuck, I'm gonna get shamed. If I pleasure myself, I'm gonna get shamed. If I don't touch myself, I'm gonna get shamed. It don't matter what I fucking do.
If you don't do it, you're gonna keep yelling at us, and I don't want you to keep yelling at us. So I want you to get some.
Shut your ass up,
You
nigga.
said she you sound a little angry, girl. Is that the difference? Because honey,
I'm a very passionate woman, and I'm a little tipsy. I had some wine, and this nigga's irritating. Like, this nigga's just irritating. Like,
That explains everything.
motherfucking
A tipsy little devil you are.
No, but the nigga's still irritating if I was sober still. Because last time I was sober and the nigga still was irritating. It's like y'all got like some red pill hand up your ass. Repeated talking points.
Oh, wow. No, because
talking points.
No, I don't repeat talking points.
yeah.
Like, I go off like my real life experience and what I honestly think.
It
Like,
sounds
I
like
have my
Brolo.
own
Is
mind.
that Brolo Tomas?
I'm telling you, I did not use no red pill talking point or throw out some stats. I didn't talk about how 80% of women get divorced or single mothers. I just talked about how men see things.
Hold on,
That's it.
Red.
From my
Let
perspective.
Leo finish. Let Leo finish. Go ahead.
Wow.
No. Let Red say whatever she wants to say. I'm just saying.
All right.
I don't agree
fine.
with her. I didn't
Red,
use no red pill talking points at all this screen.
So you know. What are the red pill talking points?
They use stats. I didn't use stats. I just used logic.
Oh, that's the main red pill talking point. Logic.
No, they use stats to debate you guys. I'm just using logic and just basic general examples.
You won, baby. You good. You won. You won the red pill debate, baby, today. Good
No,
job.
I'm not trying to be red pill. I'm my own man. I have my own mind. I'm telling you what I honestly think. I'm being honest and genuine with you.
Mm-hmm.
You can disagree with me. That's fine. Like, I don't have a problem with that.
You got the rim award of the day. Congratulations. We're proud of you. You did
Red. If he's being genuine. If you keep attacking this,
you think so? You think he's being genuine?
You may not like what he's saying, but he's been.
You may not like it or agree with it. It may not be what you want to hear.
No, let me have a conversation with her.
Did you hear him? So did you hear him earlier when he was like, "You're gaslighting. You're doing this.
You were gaslighting.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
I can't even have a genuine conversation without niggas saying I'm gaslighting. This crazy.
Do you know what gaslighting means, bro?
What you're doing? Yes.
No, I'm not.
Are you trying to
I'm
minimize
calling out the irritating stuff you were doing the whole screen?
This is a very disingenuous conversation, fella.
No, you have been very disingenuous.
Well, good people.
Sharong Shafat.
Been amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been awesome. But typically, normally I don't come online because as a married woman, I spend my
we appreciate you.
Married, I wouldn't do.
And because my husband went to go get us adult beverages, once he walks back in, y'all just gonna hear me like you'll see. I dip.
But no, Topography, you've been great. Like, I've agreed with you on some point, so I don't know why. It's not like I'm against women. I hate women.
I never said that. I never said that.
Talking points.
I never said that.
I'm against women.
I never said that, and that's why you're gaslighting, because you're making
No,
it
I'm
seem
just
that way.
saying
And I never said that.
I don't do that.
This is crazy, bruh.
I'm just saying I don't do that. I'm just saying
I never said nobody said you did though.
You just said you use red pill talking points.
But I never said those particular things. Now you know
You
what they
said
are.
red pill
You didn't
talking
know what
points.
red pill talking points were when I asked you. Now you want to add the extra. That's what I'm saying. It's just
You're not making no sense now.
You're not.
I'm gonna let it go.
No,
you
knock
should.
her head off. Knock her head off.
Okay.
Listen to what you just
Well,
said. Like, that's really
Knock her
anybody else
fucking
want to
head
answer
off.
this question? Do men and women go? Hold on. Do men and women go through whole phases for the same reason? Who didn't get a chance to answer this, by the way?
Red.
Anybody answer?
No, you let her. Hey, you let her live. You a whole ass nigga, man. You supposed to knock her fucking head off.
I am letting her live.
You see,
Okay.
you see, world class. You never know where it comes from.
I ain't gonna say that. That was crazy just now.
Yeah.
That came out of nowhere.
Nah,
You see what I'm saying? You see the shit? You see the shit I've been dealing with?
I think he tipsy too.
Well, he is.
Yeah, maybe it's the alcohol.
But I'm
Maybe
sober
you've been
now. I'm
red
sober
sangria.
again. I'm
sobered
sober
up.
again.
You got sobered up just now.
Yeah, I ate a little bit.
Blame it on the alcohol.
Okay.
Ain't no alcohol.
Blame it on
Fuck that. I know what the fuck I
So
was
wait,
saying.
stop. Can we please go back to
That's
the
some
question?
whole
So,
ass shit,
Sexy
man.
Red, do you believe that
Hold
women
on.
go through the whole phase?
You said what?
Do you believe
question.
men and women go through the whole phase for the same reason?
Yes. Yes. Because they
What's
don't
your
know.
reason?
The reason is they
Expound.
don't know who they are and the value of their sexuality or the value of their sexual energy. They don't know. Yes, I agree.
Okay, I see your logic. You're saying they don't understand the repercussions of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fair.
Because what I said earlier was friends with benefits can also lead to friends with benefits and being a parent, co-parenting.
Yeah.
You should not, because either you're having sex for pleasure. May I finish? Either you're having sex for pleasure or you're having sex for procreation. If you're having sex for pleasure and procreation, you need to get married and not be out here going to person to person to person. So they said friends with benefits is different from a hoe because basically they put a title on it, but they can both be open to having sex with other people. So they're both being hoes. So to me, it makes no fucking sense. You're just making a title to make yourself feel better about having sex outside of marriage. I rest my case. Fuck that.
Isn't that a situation?
Okay.
That's like an open relationship.
That's
And
what
I'm
you
gonna
got
add this
with a
in
friends
there.
with benefits. What is that?
No. Hold on.
It's not an
friends with
exclusive relationship. It's not exclusive.
An open relationship is when two people are either married or dating and they want to still see other people. Friends with benefits, there are no emotional attachments, no commitments, none of that.
All these dumbass titles to not stay committed to someone is ridiculous to me.
Yeah, I mean, Hustler, I've been on the same page with you, but I am going to say this: that friends with benefits is very dangerous for most.
It is.
I think
it's not for everybody.
No, it's not for everybody. But at this point, I think again, we're in a very new world, right? And I think we have to just kind of own up to that. Like our grandparents didn't do all of this. Our parents, they did. I think they did. But the way that people can move and fly out and all that, like all that is very much different, right? When you start calling a person a friend, right? When she falls in love with you, and then you hit it with that, oh, but we're just friends. Oh, well, you knew I didn't want anything serious. Well, I care about you, but not like that. Oh, well, I'm gonna always love you, girl, but I don't see you as my wife. Get out of her face. You're wasting her time, and you're not being a very good friend.
And that's not masculine at all. To lead a woman astray without putting a ring on it, that's very feminine. You want to be a lesbian.
But that's not okay. That's not necessarily okay. There's some dangers in it. So I agree with hypocrisy. Like for women, that's not a good idea to do because sometimes like they'll. I'm saying it's a difference. I'm not saying it's exactly what you're saying. I'm saying yes, what you're saying is true. That can happen. Like a baby comes out the situation. Now you got a baby daddy that don't even want to be with you. Don't want to be with the child.
At the beginning. I said this at the beginning, and you act like you didn't understand what I was saying, though.
Hang on, but it does. it's some nuance to that, right? It doesn't always play out
So
that
you
way.
don't understand logic because I literally
No,
said
I
that at the
understand what
beginning
you're
of this
saying. I'm saying there's
conversation, and
some
now you want to
nuance
come
to
to
that.
ain't no
Like
nuance to shit.
hypocrisy, like what you were
Nobody should
saying
be
was
having
true.
sex outside of marriage. Period.
Hypocrisy, what you saying was
Hold
true.
on.
That like, yeah, let me land the plane. What you were saying was true.
Go
It's
ahead.
like because we were saying that earlier. Like, okay, we can admit that like friends with benefits, that's probably not a good situation for women because it
Right.
could turn bad.
Right.
But I think like the problem is like women think men mislead them in that, and this
Mm-hmm.
that's
Well,
not
so
always. Hang on, that's not always the case. It's like
I
the
get
man will be honest with them, but the woman thinks they can change his mind. And like you were saying earlier, how women will use their sex as
Mm-hmm.
a way to kind of make a man love them,
Mm-hmm.
and then they kind of wind up playing themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that happens.
I
So
agree.
yes, I mean, I understand. Nah, I understand why y'all like
Right.
vehemently just disagree with it and don't like it.
Yeah, because it just doesn't. It tends to not. It just doesn't always work well. And so, based on what you're saying, and why I was saying like, don't do it if you are marriage minded. You can't be a girlfriend, and you also cannot
But
be
I was just
passive.
gonna say that like that's not always the case because it's like sometimes like I said y'all could have been in a relationship and y'all just didn't work out and y'all are good friends
Like a
and y'all
friends with
may
benefits. That's crazy.
yes and y'all may mess around from
Oh,
time to
That's
time.
called co-parenting,
Um
nigga. That's
no, that's
co-parenting.
just being friends with benefits with your ex
But why
or
would
being
you? But
friends
but wait a minute.
with
Because
somebody like you've known for a while, like y'all got a history and y'all just happen to mess around. That happens too. So I'm like,
but it
these
Dumb
doesn't
as
make
shit.
it right.
That's
situations,
dumb as fucking makes no
these
sense.
situations happen.
It's
That's my point.
stupid though. It
Like, I
happens, but
get
it's
you don't
dumb as
like them,
fuck.
you don't agree with them, but they
But
happen.
it's stupid. Don't you
I
agree
don't.
with
I
that?
just don't understand that it's supposed to be all of these different options that you give people, particularly women,
Yeah,
so
like
they can live their
nobody
lives.
has to
But
do
but
everything
but
one way. Like we
every
have different ideals, different beliefs. Like I
But
understand it. I
so
don't
but
to
I'm
I
saying
don't
Lily,
every
just knock other
but
no,
we're
in
people's
world class,
way of
most
how they
of
want to do
but we're
things.
saying every soul that's born is marriage material. People have been natural hoes from the beginning of time.
say
Slut
again.
buggers. People have
they
been
really have. We
people have
talked
been
about that in the
promiscuous.
last panel.
Yes, people that are just not born to
And
be spouses.
they're right.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
we just comment real quick.
Go ahead.
And Chunk Wu says a common female dating strategy is to date multiple men simultaneously and keep a man on the back burner in case the primary relationship malfunction. This is how many women operate. They've been doing that for decades, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's
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 not
kind of what
anything new.
I was gonna say. It's like
That's
it's
dating.
not just men who does this. I
But
think
that's
that's what women don't
dating.
understand. It's like they kind of just think it's just men preying on women and manipulating women. There are
That's
women
not
like the guy who
true.
said in the comment that
Nobody
do this
believes
too. They
that.
have a rotation of 3 to 5 guys, and they may be dating a couple or having sex, and they really like one guy. And if that one guy doesn't work out, they'll just keep dating around. So it goes both ways. I'm just saying that like when women do it, it's worse on their end when they do it.
I don't understand why he thinks that, but okay.
It's okay. But I mean, the world class was saying something too. So go ahead. What were you saying?
Oh no, I was saying just in terms of what Sexy Red is saying. I understand your position. I don't know if you're not
Mhm.
trolling or you just like you having like
I'm
trauma,
not
family trauma.
trolling. I'm serious. What the
But
fuck?
so to not everybody, it's just
I don't think
everybody.
no, I think you
Okay.
should do what's best for you. I'm just saying that if you're out here saying that patriarchy and I'm the man and all this shit, you should lead better with your dick. You shouldn't just be putting it in ones and twos and hoping for the best that you don't become a baby daddy and then be mad that you got to pay child support because you slipped up and nutted in the wrong bitch. Like that's the shit that drives me fucking insane. Okay? So the fact that y'all sit here with this friends with benefits shit and then say well, I already explained it. On one end, it's hoes, and then on the other end it's friends with benefits, but you just slutting out of friends with benefits. The fuck? You're
we don't
you're
see it that way, but I mean, I understand that you look at it that way.
Because you're adding to another woman's fucking body count. So you know
No,
different than
if
fucking a hoe.
no, I disagree because, like I said, we talked about this. It's like you are accountable for your actions. Nobody is making you a hoe unless, like, you got a pimp that's beating your ass and he's threatening to kill you. Nobody is forcing you to sleep with all these men or sleep with married men or sleep with a guy in a relationship or agree to be friends with benefits or agree to be. You chose to do that. Be accountable for your actions.
Exactly. That's why it's on the man and the woman.
No,
Yes,
you be
Red. Come
accountable
on,
because y'all
don't
on
play
here
these games.
being
They
lonely.
see Red,
No, y'all out here crying about that you can't
my
get women and
little
shit
red
like that.
devil.
I'm not crying
Please
about that
don't
at
play
all. I
these
do just
games, my
fine with
little
women.
red devil.
Obviously you are. You couldn't get with
No,
the
I'm not. I
You damn
barely
well
be
what
on
you're
these
talking about.
streams because I don't like to argue
on the
about
roster, sir.
crazy
That's
stuff.
crazy.
I do perfectly fine with women.
Oh my God!
But yeah,
I hope you do.
like, yeah, like like I said, if you flip it, it just sounds ridiculous. Like, what if a man says, "Oh, all these women are throwing themselves at me. I just couldn't help myself to sleep with them." I was like, "Bro, you sound crazy. You didn't have to sleep with all these
You
women.
really do.
You didn't have to get 7 girls pregnant and you got like 7 kids. You chose to do that. Be accountable for your actions." Same
Y'all
thing if
never
you
say
flip
that
it.
to men.
If
You
you're a woman
never
that
say
got
that to
like
men.
3, 4, 5
Men
baby
never
daddies,
say that to men.
you chose to do that. You chose to open your legs to multiple men and do that. Nobody forced that on you.
Red, you don't watch people say that to JP every day.
I don't watch him.
You don't.
No.
I don't either, honestly.
I don't watch him. I don't watch him.
He's been on channels that you go to. He's been on Sharon channel.
I don't watch him. I really don't. And even if he's
I
been
don't.
on
If he
Sharon,
comes
I don't
on,
watch him.
I turn.
Yeah, I
it's
definitely
not.
off.
It's not my type of.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
just
thing.
not.
I don't. I
Yeah.
can't do. And that's why I've been able to be up here. But like the vileness and even work class. Like initially, like you were a bit aggressive, but even now, like if we can.
He's
have
even blocked on my channel. He's blocked on my channel. I don't do it.
I can't even see pop-ups, and if I see him pop up, it's like no, thank you.
So I don't even invite that energy. Yeah.
Well, it's not even that. I don't know him, and I know y'all are all whatever this fight club, and y'all have different associations.
Yeah, I
and
don't.
It's just not. It's not my thing.
My point is men have in this space have held other males accountable. We don't. I don't think I know anybody that I've respected in this space. No man that I've respected in this space that think it's okay for a nigga to have 7 baby mamas and 7 children. That's
okay. Now let
crazy.
me ask
So
you
what
this.
is holding
Wait,
accountable still being on a panel with them?
I call out the
I gotta
fuckery
ask the
on women
question.
and
I
men.
gotta ask this question. I got to all of
Go
them.
ahead. Go ahead.
Do you believe that Cam Newton and Nick Cannon are bad fathers, and are they whores?
No, absolutely not. They
I
are.
mean, Nick Cannon got 12 kids, so
that thing
kind of puts him in a whole category. He's sexually irresponsible.
It's irresponsible.
13 kids doesn't make him a whore.
Okay,
no,
now
hold on 1 second.
Like,
hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second.
Wait. Let world class take it.
The problem
10
is
baby mamas.
the problem is people have this fantasy that monogamy is the standard for marriage, and it's not. It's the newest kid on the block.
I didn't ask that.
I didn't ask you what you asked. The problem is people think monogamy is the standard of marriage when it's the new kid on the block.
So y'all saying husbands are hoes?
They are intentionally finding women that are agree to their plan and they're taking care of these
So
children.
they hoes.
No.
Got
They're
hoes.
technically
They
wives.
They're hoes.
So you can
hoes.
wait. You can be an optimal father in 10 different households.
Okay, let me ask this question. So are you saying we should just abandon all the traditionalism altogether and just be
Y'all don't believe in
polyamorous? That'd be the new
traditionalism.
thing.
Y'all don't believe in traditionalism.
No, but
I believe in it.
But here's what
I
I'm saying.
believe in traditionalism. Hold on, let me say this. Let me say.
Hello?
Because
Hustler,
of us
you
in
went
this
out.
society we weren't raised to be traditional.
You gotta say
We weren't
everything you
raised-
just said over. You gotta say everything you just said over because we didn't hear you.
Was I Borgen?
You was completely gone. You weren't even Borgen.
Oh, damn. Okay. Fix this damn mic. Okay. I said I believe in traditionalism, but do I think it's for everybody? No. So sometimes you got to do what's best for yourself.
You can't hold on. You can't
I'm saying
believe
is
in traditionalism if you're doing friends with benefits. That's crazy. That don't make no sense.
Said, it's not for everybody. And salute to all the married women and married men out there.
Are you traditional?
Yes, I'm traditional. I have a traditional mind. And I said it wasn't for me. You're not listening to what I'm saying.
You're not traditional.
I know it's going. Oh, get the.
Then you're not traditional.
But that's not.
Friends with benefits is not a traditional. You
date
a woman.
You
date a woman with the intention to marry her.
Some people like they
That's
take a break from dating and relationships, and they may be in that type of situation until they find somebody that they want to settle down and be married to, or they're ready for it. Like that's the reality.
Well, again, even to this point, right, about Cam and them, they intentionally went out to find the baby Nick Cannon. They intentionally went to find women that's cool with that.
That's not necessarily true because the first woman, Cam Newton.
No, they are. I'm not saying 100%, but I'm saying they have been.
See, you see how they twist and turn shit to make their point, Tiff?
When it's not a twist and turn. They are intentionally going out to find women that agree to their system, and you can't hold him accountable to a monogamous standard that he don't live. That's like, you wouldn't do it to a Muslim. It's not right.
He's not Muslim,
right? Now you want to add that in.
Again, I'm gonna say it again. You wouldn't do it.
Now he's traditional.
Again,
he traditional.
I wasn't talking about traditional. I said you wouldn't do it to a Muslim because Muslims don't have that monogamous standard. He clearly and definitively doesn't have that monogamous standard.
Some are with the monogamous standard though. Some
not the Cam Newtons and the people we talking about. They know.
That's crazy, bro.
I think.
So let me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna go there. So I think they're horrible fathers. I think Cam Newton is particularly atrocious because his parents have been married 40 plus years and he is the son of a minister. He, of all people, should understand the cost. He is costing these women heaven and what is it? For being up in the sky, because these women that they had these kids out of wedlock, that would be a sin, right? They having sex, that would be a sin, right? Now he had one lady had 5 children, 5 of them things, 5. Cheated on her, had another one. There goes 6. Cheated on another one. There goes 7. And now this last one, Miss Jazzy, that had other baby number 8, he done cheated on her too. So I would like to think that men that can have a whole bunch of kids other places can also put their peen in a lot of places, and they don't feel connected to anyone home. Because if you were the type of man that you really wanted to be active in raising your children, particularly with that kind of wealth, why would you not even have them all move into a compound? Like if you're saying you want to do this and you have the resources to do it, have one big happy family or have all the houses on a block or do something. But the fact that all of these kids are in separate homes, you're not going to be an effective father. You cannot. You can't.
Yeah, so nothing you said has anything to do with him being a bad father. If you had that type of passion, what do you mean what? You said he's a horrible father because he hasn't appealed to your ideals. Y'all have that same concept when these chicks leave with the baby because her feelings are hurt. There's nothing that creates broken homes. There's nothing that creates.
And she's a bitch and she's wrong. You don't weaponize children.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate you for that. There's nothing that creates more broken homes than the fantasy of monogamy dying in the female's face when she realizes she's not good enough to be the only one. Then she leaves because she's not happy. That's the number one broken home system.
Not good enough.
Usually men start off with the lie that they want to be monogamous and then boom, Yeah, I want to add somebody else into that shit. They don't start. Most men don't start off with, yeah, I want to be in a polygamous relationship. Most men don't
they
start
didn't
off
know what
that
the word
way.
was. He's never given an opportunity. That's the number one cheat in the world. When you never get a nigga's option, you guilt tripping if you like another chick.
So you see why it's better to be celibate and be alone? Because a nigga you don't have to worry about a nigga lying to you or talking about they traditional when they not.
Yeah, because I'm getting. So what you're saying is, you want a woman to be chastened. You finally get with this woman. Y'all are now attempting to, establish a family. The first thing is you want to do, let's be friends with benefits. And oh, by the way, if you get pregnant, then let's just co-parent. That's odd.
Yeah.
And then the other is, okay, be chastened, get married, but don't get mad if he wants more than one woman because who do you think you are? Is
So
that what you're saying?
where was that offered in the Nick Cannon and Cam Newton example? They're finding women that want to have children with them.
Just
the
because
way
a
that they're
person is
having it in
willing to do it,
their
it
own
doesn't make
home.
it right.
When you go ask women that are polygamous that want to be in that situation, what they have is what they like. What these women have is what the women that are polygamous, as average and ordinary women, they want that. They want their own house. They want to raise a child by themselves with their family. And according to what we've been seeing, these women meet up with Cam Newton's other children, other children, and I think Nick Cannon too. I haven't heard about the baby.
No, his kids have not even met each other.
Nick Cannon. I know about Cam.
Cannon, Nick
Cannon.
Never met. So having a sibling out in the world that you don't even know, that's not fatherhood. Your children should always know each other.
That's not fatherhood. Okay, watch this.
Know each other.
That's not fatherhood based off what? You got to understand, it is 2025. Do you think in your mind 200 years ago, when there wasn't the transportation that we have today, that children were in? This is a fantasy that y'all keep saying. Oh, these men are not in their child's life every day. Every man alive has an ability to be in their child's life 100% more than any other nigga in the history of the planet. We have traveled at a level that they never had. They had to be gone for weeks and months at a time because they were fucking taking horse and buggy. So you're not a good father because you're not with your child all day. It's fake. It's just a narrative.
But they were starting families in other towns and shit.
Yeah, right. And people that allowed us to have the earth that we have.
It's not 200. It's not 200 hours, right? So at some point, y'all gonna decide. Do you want to be in the modern? Because we've said, hey, it's 2025. Things have changed. Or do you want to be back 200 years ago? Because we got to pick a time frame.
Then pick a time frame and give your genes back. Because the genes you're using right now is based off the reality of what I'm talking about. Your genes come from somebody preserving polygamy.
Have children that don't even meet each other.
I'm saying cut the bullshit narratives.
The children don't meet each other and don't know their brother and sister, or they don't know their family.
Based off what?
Is wild.
Based off what? Based off what is it? What are you getting it from?
You don't think that these children should know each other, that their brother?
I never said anything like that. I never said anything like that. These children aren't finding their own family members because a woman is keeping the baby away because her monogamous fantasy has been killed. So the same thing is happening anyway.
I thought we were talking about Nick Cannon's children. My bad.
No. Because Nick Cannon is openly rejecting monogamy. He wants to be polyamorous. I think that's literally what it is, because it's not polygamy or polygyny.
Yeah.
He's being polyamorous. I think Cam Newton's the same. Neither one of them are polygamous, because polygyny doesn't allow you to have a bunch of wives, a bunch of just run around, make babies and shit. Polyamory does. That's what he's doing. That's his lifestyle. That's not even a lifestyle I agree with. According to them, that's what they agree with. It's nothing I can do about that. As long as they're not hurting them babies the same way in a monogamous nuclear family, same way they don't have that, it's nothing I can do.
Well,
that's their lifestyle.
I don't know about the horrible father because I don't really know about their situation, to be honest. So I don't necessarily agree with that. But
I can concede to the time thing. If you got 10 children in two or three different time zones, that's not ideal. I don't think that's It can work, but I don't think that's fundamentally a good situation to put your children in.
Okay.
No, I don't. I don't think so. You 3 different children, but yeah, 3 different time zones, 10 different children. That's a lot. That's too much. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're gonna,
It is. It's a lot on. It's a lot on the father. That's the thing. It's a lot on the father himself.
I agree with you. Yeah. Unless you're gonna offset it where they're 6 months, 8 months with each other, then off. Okay, cool. Maybe that'll work. I have no idea. I don't think that's ideal, but at the same time, I do know what standard isn't working because we're here. We're here arguing about it. Not really arguing about us on the panel, but you know, in this situation that we're in today, something needs to change. That's why my take on all the gender war stuff is we got to be better parents. Now, I'm willing to have that conversation with everybody to be better parents to and through in all these different situations.
Someone said Dr. Umar Johnson is a horrible father. We can all agree
that was
to
going
that,
to
right?
be my next. That was going to be my next question. How do you think? What are your thoughts on Dr. Umar and his fathering?
Oh, I see what you said. I've heard him complain about the little girl that came out. Well, not the little. She's 20 something now. His young. Well, I don't even know if that's his youngest. The one that just came out. I've heard him complain about her almost 7 years ago. I'm not being able to see it. So, I'm holding off on in terms of deciding whether he's a bad father or not, but I'm not getting bad father from that just because some woman said she not in their life. I can't take that as a credible thing.
His daughter does not have a relationship with him. He's been behind on child support. He spoke to his daughter as if she was a stranger on the street. He would did even at 22. She's still his daughter, right? So even if he disagreed with everything that she did, everything. As a father, as a child that I had a dad, my father would have never spoke to me like that. Never in life would my father have ever gotten on the internet and said anything like that to me.
Yeah, that little girl was disrespectful. Because it don't motherfucking matter. You got
been on the internet.
That don't motherfucker. Didn't she need to give her life back? Because that's what the fuck she. No. You're not going to tolerate disrespecting your parents because you got some feminist talking points. You don't have a fucking right. Whether
I have to agree with that. My mom would never allow that shit. My mom would never allow that shit. So I do agree with that. You never disrespect your father ever.
Whether you a fucking red pill and you hate your mother, or you a feminist and you hate your father, you don't open your motherfucking mouth in public to disrespect your parents.
Yeah,
that's not tolerable.
Big facts.
That's not tolerable. It shouldn't be accepted by anybody.
He didn't parent her.
That doesn't give you a right to get on the. Okay, it's not just y'all two. Y'all have grandparents. Y'all have aunts. You representing a lot of people, not just y'all two.
Right.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
And all of them failed her. And all of them failed her.
I'm saying first things first. That's not okay. I'm not justifying if he's a bad dad, we're going to hold him accountable for. I know I will. But I don't know that based off the information that's out. What I know is he's been complaining about that little girl not being able to see that little girl and have to sit with the grandma. He even named the store that they own. He named that like at least 7 years ago. So he's been child alienated from that girl, and that girl has been corrupted and manipulated against him.
Absolutely. Oh, I didn't know about that.
A lot has gone on. She just even admitted she used to see him when he was 10. When she was 10.
She's 22.
Or whatever the age is before.
So
she admitted it herself. And they had to meet at the grandma house. Go ahead. My bad. What you saying?
My question is, if a man wants to be a father, there is a legal system. You telling me if he really wanted to have a relationship with both of his daughters, one of which is 22, the other that is 13, because now we have a pattern. One, okay, the 22-year-old, maybe. Why are you not seeing the 13-year-old? Both they mamas? So who are you as a man, and why do you keep picking women that won't let you, and why you ain't married? Doctor?
First of all, well, he got a reason for not being married. Just because a guy, because I don't think he believes in the system or that what's his name? The marriage certificate. I could be wrong, but I think he don't fuck with that paperwork. That's why he called it the white man paperwork in his video. Just because there's two women that he claims is keeping him from him, that don't make it his fault. She's not supposed to be doing it nowhere. It's not supposed to happen. It's just that simple. It's not something that's okay. That's like telling a woman, why all these men keep hitting you? It don't matter if the men is hitting her. They shouldn't be hitting her. You're doing something wrong. That's not rocket science. No matter what she do, right? That's what y'all say. She could run her mouth. Ain't a nigga not supposed to put their hands on her.
At what point is a man ever responsible for like doing what men do? Step up.
Good question. Good question.
Like step up, marry your wife, raise your family, take care. Like that's what men do. That's what men do. So at what point? When is he gonna be grown? Because it's 2 kids now, 22, 13. Y'all fine with the 10 kids between Cam Newton and 3 women? That's fine. The nigga with 15 children and 13 baby mama, who is a bad nigga? Cause they all good to y'all.
The little kid, the nigga Anthony Edwards that didn't want to be Anthony Edwards, a basketball player.
Oh my God. What the fuck is that?
You know Anthony? Well, yeah, he a big time player, right? Y'all might not know him yet.
I don't know.
But he's he's like 21. The girl said that she was pregnant. I think she have another baby with the baby actually. Is it Lil Baby? She have a child with Lil Baby. He just said, I don't want to be no parent. He just
I'm too old to be knowing about some 21-year-old. I don't fucking know with how old these people are.
Yeah,
I'm too fucking old to know any of these people.
He pretty famous. You don't watch sports, I don't think.
I don't watch sports, but too fucking young. I don't care about a fucking 21-year-old and what they doing. He's 38.
Yeah, no, the girl is 38. He 22. 222.
She's 38.
Yep.
Wait, who we talking about here? I just tuned out for a second. Who we talking about?
H&M, you know about Anthony Edwards getting that girl pregnant?
Anthony Edwards. Wait. Is Anthony Edwards the same? Hold on. Is that the same dude that paid his I guess his baby mama child support?
She's a fucking. So she's a predator. Yeah.
Even in that situation, we can make that conversation, but I still think he's a trash father.
Yeah. She preyed on that little boy.
Now, granted, so she's 38 and she dealing with a 22-year-old. I never knew that.
He at least 37, and she got a baby with the little baby.
Now, granted, I will say this though: when I was in my mid to late 20s, yes, I was fucking with older women too, but not at this age. Shit. I was 29 fucking with a 36-year-old. I was 27 with a 34-year-old. So ain't nothing new for me.
I was 19 messing with a 32-year-old.
She got pregnant by Little Baby when he was 19. Who is this woman?
Right.
Yeah, she looks incredible. I ain't gonna say a lot to you, but she looks young for her age. But she kind of talk proper. But yeah, she out of control. How old was she? Marie, how old was she when he was 19? How old was they baby?
Who knows?
That's crazy.
That's nuts.
This is just why I'm not surprised because
the girl, what's her name? What's the light skinned girl y'all was talking about earlier? That Leo was talking about earlier. Damn, what's that girl name? The one that became a Muslim. The one that
Brittany Renner.
Yeah, she was decent. Way like she was older. How much older was she? But that kid that played for the Mavericks.
Oh, it's Chief
PJ Washington.
It's not
PJ Washington.
She has a baby by Chief Keef.
Is Chief Keef? I could be wrong in the name because all
she's
niggas.
30. He's 22. She's 30, and we're not gonna do that because y'all love talking about.
That might be another person. Look up Anthony Edwards. You probably talk about something else because I'm pretty sure it's Little Baby.
He's 30-year-old baby mama Janine.
Let me look real quick. I'm guarantee sure it's Little Baby.
Okay, somebody else said Drea Michelle. She got pregnant by a dude. NBA ball player. What's his name? I forgot. Jalen Green. That's his name. Jalen Green.
I thought it was PJ Washington.
Yeah, PJ Washington.
No, that's Brittany Renner.
Don't y'all call these ladies cougars?
Yeah.
Yes, we do. Well, depending on what age they are.
Her name Aisha Howard.
And men give them a pass because they look good, right? Every fucking time.
Society will give them a pass because of older women dealing with younger men.
They get a pass.
Oh yeah, her name Aisha Howard.
And men get a pass for that shit. Or women, they get the men give women a pass for that shit. It's crazy.
You know, men get shamed a lot for wanting younger women, but y'all ladies, hold on, we men get shamed for wanting younger women, but when y'all ladies get younger men, very few people care. Look at Madonna in her 60s dealing with a 28-year-old.
But they should care, especially if you have a son. You should care.
Exactly. And she got kids his age. Rhea Michelle, same thing. Got a son.
That doesn't make any sense, though. Never mind. Y'all don't get it.
It's just weird.
Y'all never.
Ray, if you had a child in his 20s, would you date a man in his 20s? I don't know. Would you?
No.
I'm just asking.
Well, I know y'all do better stop.
He the stepdaddy.
Earlier today, that a woman, a 22-year-old woman, she could get married. What's the difference? He should marry that woman. He had a baby by her.
Exactly. What's the deal?
And he got a source of income.
Exactly. You had a child with that woman. You need to marry that woman. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Who y'all talking about?
Anybody. All of y'all.
22-year-old, the 30-year-old.
Oh, you're not a victim now? Okay.
Go ahead on and marry.
Oh, you the victim?
I would say I thought he was a victim. I was like, I guess he not.
Raise them babies together.
Fuck it.
And her son and him can play the game
I
together.
thought the man.
I thought y'all didn't want to get married. I thought y'all didn't want to get married no more.
I thought the man was the leaders, though.
Oh, y'all gonna follow directions now? Y'all gonna do what we
want to follow?
I thought the men was the leaders. Now they don't lead, but they can't lead with they. You know what I'm saying? They can't lead with they semen, so they don't want to lead at all. It's
what
crazy.
did it mean when y'all said?
What?
What do leader mean when y'all said?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because y'all some bullshit. I can see where you at right there.
Okay, hold on. I got one more. I got one more video to show before I ask for everybody's final thoughts. Let me show you this one real quick. Fair use.
If I ran into you at 37 years old and you told me, "Oh, I'm a born again virgin. I wait until marriage," I say, "Good luck with that. Bye. I'm not gonna marry you. I wouldn't wait for you. You're single because you're jacked up. You have had more than a few. You have had more than a few suitable men into your life and try to get with you. But something is off here, ma'am. And that's okay. But you can't make it the men's problem. You can't say, well, it's my spiritual beliefs. If your spiritual beliefs, then why'd you fuck them the first time?"
Shit.
Well, thoughts?
I don't believe in the born again virgin shit. It's just a terrible label. Like, why would you? Nah. I just don't. It's just another fancy way to say you celibate or abstinent.
Yeah, but I mean, based on what he was saying and looking at her, oftentimes when a woman is that attractive, if she's not married, there's something wrong. It's like I feel the same way about the girl.
I'm sorry, what'd you say? I missed this.
She's too attractive to not be partnered. If she's not partnered, she's nutty. I feel the same way about girl with Joe Buttons, with Melissa Ford. She's had opportunities to be married. She's had several opportunities, and she's walked away probably from some really good people. But that FOMO, the fear of missing out, and also feeling like, she can one up or get one more, like, nah, there's some people I can look at and just be like, no, you're very attractive, you're well spoken, you don't have the person. Why? And typically it's because some work needs to be done with that person.
Big facts. I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you don't want to date a black man, she could have married, like Melissa.
Yeah.
She's biracial, so she evolved.
It would have been easy.
Not the sisterhood of being accountable. Okay. All right.
No, I don't play with people.
Yeah, we definitely hold ourselves accountable. What are you talking about, world class? It's me.
So that was what? Hold up. What's this? April?
Me.
12th is the first time. Yeah, we 4 months in. We got some accountability. Yay!
Sir, obviously you don't watch my channel. Obviously you don't watch my channel. Y'all see that shit?
I always say, look, if my voice gonna be loud to criticize, my voice should be loud to praise when I see it. I was present for this, so I'm gonna big y'all up for that. Good job, Tiffin. Sexy Brad. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, exactly, my read. The sisterhood is not real.
But sister hoodlums, they definitely real.
Wow.
The sisterhood ain't shit.
The sisterhood is real. I bang with HQ. I bang with Sexy Red. I bang with Venus.
Bang with us.
I bang with MJ. I bang.
Pause. Bang is crazy.
You are so gross. So gross.
Crazy.
Hey, y'all. Please hit the like button. Please go over to H&M and like his stream too. This is his stream, his original idea. So go ahead and please go over here and like and leave some comments too. Let him know you enjoyed the stream.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But we gotta
close.
Let's grow together, guys. You like that? You like it?
Yeah.
You like
it?
it?
It was good. Let's go together.
I like it too.
All right, everybody. All right, I'm finna wrap up with final thoughts. Let me start with World Class. What's your final thoughts on this whole phase thing?
First of all, awesome topic. Keep the panels going. I didn't know I wasn't subscribed to your channel. I've been on your channel plenty of times. I know I was subscribed. Well, maybe like it just unsubscribed because YouTube be doing that bullshit. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you're on my channel, his original stream is pinned to the top. Make sure you support, share it out to your mom and them. Whole phase, I think, is what I usually address as being false compensation. Irrespective of how pleasurable it is, how much we learn when we do it, it's false compensation. And that long term, that's not going to benefit you. I think the conversation need to continue to happen with that perspective in mind. And think some solutions should come forward as why you run around spite fucking. And it doesn't really work out in the end. I definitely would have reduced my sexual escapades by 80% if I could do it over again. Because it's just intimacy is better than like volume fucking. So yeah, that's my spill.
Okay, I would ask Tipocracy, but she hopped off. But okay. Thanks for stopping by. World Class.
Appreciate
you. Like, comment, subscribe on your way in. Thank you for stopping by. Glad to hear.
All right, peace. Y'all be safe.
You too. Have a good night.
You too, love.
Well, it's just you and me, my little red devil.
Yes, that was fun. I'm sorry, Leo. My bad. I'm gonna do better next time. I promise. I'm gonna do better. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm gonna do better though.
I'll make certainty of that because goddamn, you were just all over the place. This stream was exhausting and all over the place, but fun at the same time.
Okay, I'll get better. I'm sorry about that, but I will try to work on that. So please, we still learning each other, but I think we can all grow. Let's grow together. I really enjoyed it. But I'll do better next time. I'm sorry.
Okay, I know we don't always see eye to eye on everything, but it's always a pleasure to talk to you.
It's just a whole bunch of hoes acting like they ain't hoes. So I had to call the hoes out. Call a hoe out in them. Call a hoe out of the traditional men, quote unquote traditional. Y'all gotta stop with that traditional shit. Y'all is not some traditional men, some traditional hoe men. But it was a good conversation.
Oh man. That's new.
Yeah.
Well, I hope everybody had a good night. I know I had a good time with my co-host here, the lovely, vibracious, devilish. Ladies and gentlemen, please salute to Sexy Red, getting that bread. Fine as can be, enough said.
Already. Thank you so much, Hustler and Muscler. We'll see you soon.
You're so welcome. See you soon, Red. And with that being said, this is me, Hustler and Muscular, also known as the H to the N to the M, dropping them gems, stomping hard like a Tim. You know what I do, giving you the truth, straight out the booth. Hit it out the park like Baby Ruth. That's what I do.
Let them know. Thank you for having me.
We'll
talk soon and let me know if you need me, okay?
Yes, ma'am. You got it.
See ya.
We out of here, y'all. Deuces.
Yo, come on, man. What you mean you don't want to ride with me, nigga? Don't let the dirty you can ride with me now. Niggas to put the scream out, they die for me now. Only got one click, they outlaws on the road. In exchange when we fuck them hoes. Let them folks know. Don't let the dirty you can ride with me now. My unknown tendencies to mash my cum. Getting wicked with my ski mask on the stash and dump. My niggas run, I'm the last one standing, the rest die. Victims of my lethal chrome cannon, west side. Though it's worldwide, no one could deny my views. Tracked to my very fabric once the plastic flew. 5 shots changed my whole life. Clothes were slick. Niggas died by my orders when I wrote this shit. Though we go back like wild nights and Latin quarters. Niggas tried to kill me, and I fed their wife and their daughters. Blazed the weed, drank they seeds, gave them cash. Passed the flame and let the game go rolling past. Why you change? It's a cold world, taught me life. Retaliation blues, niggas never caught me right. Say they shot me in my nuts. Out of luck, quit bullshit, nigga, cause I'm still fucking yo bitch. Niggas got me twisted in the bad way. Why you change? Fuck with me, all this shit pay. Nigga, fuck the fame. You don't have to worry, you can ride with me now. Niggas are with the scream, how they die for me now. Only got one click, we outlaws on the rough. Fair exchange when we fuck them hoes. Let the folks know. One love, one nation. One love, one nation.
Now outlaw morals is the click boss player, Mr. Machiavelli. I be that Barney putting 20 gauge to your belly. Now can you tell me what's my next move? Say you're in the game, but you don't know the rules, fool. You call my name in vain as I proceed to issue the pain. And mortally insane, so I guess the goddamn trigger hand kinda twitchy. Niggas acting kinda bitchy, but they pass on by, cause I got killers with me. Deep in the midst, no snitches or witnesses. Just a gangsta party with the deadliest constituents.
This outlaw bitch, what the fuck? You didn't know? Kids are cash flow, noble with that criminal flow. You nervous Nelly ass niggas belly up in the river.
No disser.
My niggas getting baby with some flippers.
We put it down, roll around, till we find you. I have the history bound to remind you. Top, yeah, bring the lingo to the click. Tasty like a Pringle, sneaking through your chimney like Chris Kringle. On some shit, give me feeding at the ice clink. Twinkle loud, I've been a thug, shoot slug since a child, and still wild.
You don't have to worry, you can ride with me now. Niggas are quick to scream, how they die for me now. Only got one click, they outlaws on the road. Fair exchange when we fuck these hoes. Let the fucks know. You don't have to worry, you can ride with me now. Niggas are quick to scream, how they die for me now. Only got one click, they outlaws on the road. Fair exchange when we fuck these hoes. Let the fucks know.
Now when people are done bumping their head to this, you wonder why you wanted anything instead of this. We've been making you bounce for many years already. Rock steady and cut. Many niggas took confetti, but I just wanna blaze it up. Whether it's the mic or a split, yes, my gift is to amaze you one. Thought I couldn't come for 10, my friend, but guess what? I slay niggas and still saving my best nut. But you better cover your rhyme, cause you never know when I spit it out, it starts some flowing. I drop rhymes that grow like trees you're smoking. Eardrums feel like lungs, your brain's choking. Just let it soak in, seeping, creeping. I'm keeping all you motherfuckers in the deep end. You want a trip, then I got luggage. I'll stuff you in and send you off, cause you ain't rugged.
You don't have to worry, you can ride with me now. Niggas are quick to scream, how they die for me now. Only got one click, they outlaws on the road. Fair exchange when we fuck these hoes. Let the punks know. You don't have to worry, you can ride with me now. Niggas are quick to scream, how they die for me now. Only got one click, they outlaws on the road. Fair exchange when we fuck these hoes. Let the punks know. Let the punks know. Let the punks know. Let the punks know.
Hey, DJ Scandalous.
Let the punks know. Booty rockin' everywhere. Booty rockin' everywhere. Booty rockin' everywhere.
I'm out of town, thuggin' with my round. My coochie pink, my booty hole brown. Where the niggas come looking for the hoes. Quit playing nigga, cause suck a bitch toes. Pound, just left pound. Let my nigga, he just took a bitch down. Yeah, that nigga dick a bitch down. Yeah, that nigga he be on. Pound, just left pound. Let my nigga, he just took a bitch down. Yeah, that nigga dick a bitch down. Yeah, that nigga he be on. I'm out here in Miami, looking for the hoochie daddy. Where the niggas that get ratchet? My son need a new pappy. Too many bitches, where the niggas at? I'm tryna get my coochie scratched. Yeah, I'm tryna Yeah. You know them dreadheads do it the best. Oh, yeah. I like a nigga with a track. All my niggas give me that. You know I'm sexy, I'm the best. I'm the shit, little bitch, I'm mad. I can't say his name, cause he be cheating. I love you back. Yeah. And I'm the reason. Niggas love a bad bitch. Pound, pound, just left pound, pound. With my nigga, he just took a bitch down. Yeah, that nigga dick a bitch down. Yeah, that nigga hit me off. Pound, pound, just left pound, pound. With my nigga, he just took a bitch down. Yeah, that nigga dick a bitch down. Yeah, that nigga hit me off. Oh, oh, oh.
For life, for life.